All right, we back at it like a crack addict. What's going on, people? What's up, what's up, what's up, my fellow degenerates? What's happening, y'all? What's up, what's up? All right, let me go ahead and pop out this chat right quick. Drag that bad boy to the side. Boom and boom. All right, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Starting at the top. We got Mr. Platink. Mr. Platink was chiming in bright and early. Okay, I see you. All right, here we go. Hello, handsome man. I can't make it to the feed tonight, but to know that I'm thinking sweet thoughts of you, well, that's always, isn't it? Everyone liked the stream. Oh, I appreciate it, Mr. Platink. And yeah, sorry you couldn't make it to the stream, bro, but I'm happy you left a comment. Hope everything is well with you. Hopefully you're watching this on the playback. Who else we got? We got Harrison in the chat. Yo, Neo, how you been? Yo, Harrison, my brother. I've been doing, man, I thought I was doing good over the past couple weeks, but I don't know what it is, but like past couple days, your boy Neo has not felt it 100%. You know, we'll touch a little more on that later once we get some more people in here. We got David Biglod in the chat. What's up, everybody? What's up, David? How you doing, bro? We got Rhino242, aka Ping. I'm about to say Ping King. See, this is how you know your boy Neo is not feeling well. He's just confusing all his words, and we're not even 5 minutes into the stream tonight. Let's go. Ayo, Havoc about to jump on this Xbox sucks chance. Yo. Oh man, yeah, we're gonna talk about Xbox and their interesting week that they've had. Make sure y'all remind me if I forget, because you know how these streams go. We got the homie JFam388 Jason, who's been a member of the past 12 months, the Spirit Detective tier. I appreciate it, my brother. He says, 1 year, let's go. Love you, man, as usual. Let's have a great stream tonight. Got some new wines? Gotta sit back and relax. Jason, you been drinking wine, bro? Oh shit, I did not know that. Yo, you gotta DM me, man. I want to see what you're drinking tonight, man. And I appreciate, as always, for you being subscribed to the Spirit Detective tier, man. Thank you. Oh, we got the homie Flame in the chat. How we doing, y'all? We got Keys in the chat. We got Rory. Oh, Rory with the devil emoji. I don't know what's going on there, but we're gonna find out. We got Elitist Edits playing High on Life, Neo. Oh man, High on Life, bro. I've been seeing a few people play it on the timeline. Me, myself, and I'm not gonna be touching the game until I finish up Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, and that's probably going to take me a solid 2 weeks and change, because I'm going through the end of God of War Ragnarok right now, so it's going to be some time before I play High on Life. But for what I'm seeing, I mean, it seems exactly what I expected it to be. It's like a game that's really carried based off of the humor, if you're big into like the Rick and Morty stuff. I haven't heard the most stellar things about the gameplay. Some people said the gameplay feels kind of dated, but honestly, just from when I saw it when it was first revealed, that's what it seemed like to me. But you know, I'll be the judge of that when I play it myself. It's on Game Pass, so you know, we'll see. We got Aaron Stallings, can only be here for a bit, but I hope you have a great day. Like the stream, damn it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Oh, we got Level 1 Gaming. Fun fact. Okay, I already know this is gonna be some fuckery. If it's Level 1 Gaming and it's Fame behind the account, it's gonna be some fuckery. But I meant to entertain the comment regardless. Fun fact, Neo's dad will be the lead in an upcoming MCU film. So now he's my dad. Now he's my father. But listen, I'm going to be honest, Fame, that's you and your bitch ass behind that account. He is not my father. He is actually your brother. So let's just get that out there in the open right now. And if for those who don't know what I'm talking about, when I guest starred on the Double XP podcast, what was it, like a year and a half ago? Almost 2 years ago. It's been a long time, man. Time is going by so quick. There was this, they had this like meme box in the Discord, and you could post like funny memes, and I decided to post a meme featuring Don Cheadle, and it kind of broke the stream because everybody did not expect it. And ever since that day, it's been a back and forth between Fame and I on who claims Don Cheadle. Now, I love Don Cheadle, but don't get it twisted. Fame owns every single movie in Don Cheadle's filmography. Like, let's just be honest. Like, Fame is that guy, you know? And I respect it. I appreciate it. What's going on, Fame? I hope you're doing well, brother. Who else we got in here? Let's see. We got Daniel Pack, the Penguin. Yes, sir. We got Daniel Pack. Everyone liked the stream. And like I said, y'all, you do not want to mess with the Penguin guy. You don't. Listen, the last person who messed with Daniel Pack, well, needless to say, they ain't here no more. But it's good to see you, Daniel Pack. Appreciate it. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. Do what the penguin says if you know what's good for you. Hey, listen, I'm just telling you what the people are telling me, what the people have been seeing. Like, that's just, it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. Bill Clinton wasn't there to save the Crisis Core remake. Oh, brother, Jesus, yeah, it's been a funny week. It's definitely been a funny week. We got DIMWITMONKEY in the chat. What's up? Woo, crack. All right, there you go. He's hyping up crack. That's DIMWITMONKEY for you. First 5 minutes of the stream. Let's go crack. We got Julian Phoenix. What's up? What's up? Bridge Moon Productions. Good to see you. We got Hibachi. Wagwan, brother. How you doing? We got Excessive Games. Embrace your dreams. Unless you're the new voice actor of Zack Fair, we are not embracing that, my man. We are not. We got Yadogami in the chat. What's good, Neo? What's up, Yadogami? Good to see you, bro. We got J-Main, seasonal depression kicking in. Oh, man, J-Man. It's not seasonal depression, bro. I mean, we got a good amount of people in here. I don't know what it is, but, like, you guys know over the past 3 weeks, I'm sure you've seen at least one person in your personal life get sick, right? Whether if it's someone at your job or someone you follow online. Like, there's just something about this time of year. And obviously, you know, weather changing for most of the country. A lot of people going from, like, you know, 70, 60 degree weather down to the 30s, just like that. So obviously it's going to prompt a lot of people to get sick. But man, I don't know what it's been, but like the past 4 or 5 days, definitely on Thursday when we were watching the Game Awards, you guys remember I was kind of complaining like, oh man, I'm feeling so fatigued. I'm feeling tired. I got a headache going. You know, I just figured that was me streaming 4 hours because, you know, streaming for a couple of hours is actually, it's a pretty arduous task when you think about it. You know, you have the lights on you, you're engaging yourself, you're talking for 4 hours straight. It's a lot. It takes a lot out of you. But, you know, I noticed like on Friday, I started to get a lot of congestion right up here. And normally when I get sick, it's usually a nasal congestion, you know, like I have the sniffles for a few days. I might have a bit of a sore throat, maybe a light headache, but that's like the gist of it. But this, for whatever reason, like I've been congested like when I wake up in the morning, but that goes away within an hour. But I still feel so much sinus pressure, like right here on the bridge of my nose, to the point where, bro, I can't even, like, dude, it's got to the point now where even washing my face in the morning is kind of a process for me. Like, I gotta be very careful. I can't just like throw water on my face because it's just so sensitive. And here I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's one of two things. Either I got the vid again, which would suck because around this time last year is when I got the vid, or I'm just getting sick again, which could be a case, right? Because everyone around me has been getting sick. But it's been so weird because my body itself, I feel good. Like, I'm able to go to the gym fine. My workouts haven't suffered. I'm going to work. Cool. But it's just this sinus pressure right here. So in the meantime, what I've been doing is I've just been, you know, doing what I can. I've been drinking tea. I've been drinking broth. You know, it got to the point where I had to start taking some ibuprofen, a little bit of Sudafed, because man, it's just irritating. Like, even when I would like bend down to like go pick up something, I'd feel all the pressure there. And it's the weirdest thing, man. Like, whenever I get sick, I don't really have crazy pressure right there until now. So yeah, fingers crossed this goes away in the next couple of days, because it is it's not really a good feeling to have, because it kind of hinders your enjoyment in doing tasks. You know, like there's a lot of games I got to go through, but because I have this pressure right here, it's like I don't really want to do that right now. I just want to lay in bed and be a potato, but my body feels fine. So it's so confusing, you guys. It's so confusing. Oh, we got Cream C. Happy Tuesday, Neo. Happy Tuesday to you too, my man. And oh, we got a couple super chats coming in. Shout out to the homie Flame with the $5 super chat. Neo, I have to bend my knee to you today. What is this Flame getting ready to take an L? Holy shit, I need to read the rest of this. You said Square would somehow ruin the Crisis Core remake, and there's an imposter among the voice cast. Sus. Dun dun dun. Yeah. We're gonna talk about Crisis Core remake in a little bit, because your boy has some thoughts. And oh yeah, duh, it is Crisis Core Day, everybody. It's so weird because like these days I start playing games I'm looking forward to at midnight. So when it's the actual day the game comes out, I kind of feel like it's the next day, like the Wednesday, even though it's not. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's Crisis Core Day, everybody. Happy Crisis Core reunion release, y'all. Yay, congratulations, everybody. Yeah, so remind me. Okay, so someone in the chat, keep track. We got to talk about the Xbox stuff that happened in the past week. We got to talk about the Game Awards, and we have to talk about the Crisis Core remake. We got Dylan Collins in the chat. Here, just pulled into my driveway, getting back from getting supper. Oh, this man said, "Yo," so that's another thing, man. What kind of trips me out is when I first when I first started doing these streams, and I found out like how people call dinner in different parts of the country. Like I knew how they called it that, but it was a different thing entirely when you actually see people call it that. You know what I'm saying? Like when, like over here we call soda, but other people call it pop, and I'm like, all right, fine. But when I hear people call dinner supper, I'd be like, yo, man, y'all Amish, bro. it was the trippiest thing to me. I'd be like, yo, we just call that shit dinner, bro. Like, nah, I'm getting some supper. I'm like, supper. All right, Mordecai. Oh, okay, so we got a couple of super chats coming in. Shout out to the homie Leon with the 279 Canadian. I nominate this stream to Rabbi Bill Clinton, Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Oh, Jesus. We have $10 coming in from Silverwolf26. Yo, Neo, sup? How's your day, bro? Me, I'm enjoying this Crisis Core reunion. Haven't been with my boy Zach since 2011. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, my brother. It's good to hear from you. And dude, it's so funny because that was actually the last time I played Crisis Core. If you guys remember, oh, you're an OG Neo fan. That time I ordered a bunch of games from GameStop. I bought, I think I bought like a God of War collection. I bought the infamous 2 special edition. I think it was the Hero edition. And I bought Crisis Core Remake. And it's the funny thing is I actually own 2 separate boxes for this game. I don't own 2 copies of the game, but I own 2 separate boxes because in the one box right here, which is the black cover, it came with, instead of Crisis Core, Advent Children on UMD. Yeah, so like all the superior people in life bought movies on UMD watching the PSP. Man, shout out to the PSP, bro. Ahead of its time. But because I had this and I really wanted to replay the game, because I think I let one of my friends borrow it and I just never asked for it back. I had to go out there and I bought another Crisis Core. I remember I got this shit for like $3. $3, bro. 3 years after it came out. It's freaking insane. And of course the disc is in my PSP, as always. Honestly, from like 2011 onwards, I only ever had 2 PSP games in my PSP. It was Birth by Sleep or Crisis Core, because I was always running one of those 2 back. But yeah, it's kind of surreal. Here we are, man. You know, 14 years later, and we get to play Crisis Core again. It's fucking crazy. Have any of you guys picked up Crisis Core? I know some of you guys probably just got it received in the mail. You might be going to GameStop to get it. You might have been playing it digitally. Let me know down below, you guys. Let me know down below. All right. We've got the Tez experience. Yo, Neo, did you see that video of Vic Mignogna on that video calling his underwear? What? Okay, it's funny you mentioned that, Tez, because someone was saying something about Vic Mignogna on the last stream that we did, but I had no idea the context. And what is this video of him in his underwear? Man, listen, I don't need to see a video of a 50-something-year-old man in his underwear. That sounded kind of weird, bro. Oh, brother. But if anyone wants to give me the context to that, I'll definitely listen. Let's see. We got Bridge Moon Productions. How you feeling, bro? You know, now that I took that Sudafed, I'm feeling a little bit better. Corey Gryffindor, what's up, bro? What's up, nerds and weebs? Oh, wow, that's all he said. I was half expecting. Never mind. We got Jahid the Chosen One, Spider-Man. Yes, sir. Yeah, that Across the Spider-Verse trailer dropped today. Oh, man. Bro. Again, it's one of those trailers that really doesn't reveal too much, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad, since I'm kind of over that era where they just revealed everything in the trailers. You know, they just showed all the money shots in the trailers. This trailer, like, for the first half of it was honestly just like sort of a recap of the first Spider-Verse, like showing a lot of iconic scenes of Miles daring to be greater. And then it just shows him going across the Spider-Verse. You don't exactly know the story. You don't exactly know the context, but it's like, there's a lot of Spider-Men and there's some Spider-Women. And it just, bro, I cannot wait, man. Oh, next summer, bro, next summer. Okay, so we got $10 coming in from Hibachi. Update from that girl from last week. She quit, but my coworker works with her at another job. Should I get him to run some recon on her, or should I just leave her alone and pursue someone else? Hey, yo, Hibachi, my brother. I'm gonna keep it a stack, man. You gotta leave that shit alone, man. You gotta just not pursue that shit. If there's one thing that I've come to know in this life, It's that you got to stop applying pressure to shit that ain't gonna open. That's it, man. Like, you can't sit here wondering what could have been with somebody who isn't gonna give you the time of day. You don't need to be doing that, my brother. You should spend that time focusing on yourself, making yourself the best version, and then also pursuing other people who actually give a damn about you. That's honestly what it is at the end of the day, bro. And running recon on that shit, like, what is this, Splinter Cell? So yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that, bro. Let me catch up on these super chats right quick. We got $2 coming in from Julian Phoenix. Do you remember the game franchise Maximo? Can't say I'm too familiar with it. Like, I'm really good. If it's a franchise that I don't really know too much about, I'm really good with, like, the... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, if you show me the icon or the character, this is probably for my time, bro. Maximo Ghost to Glory. It looks like... Oh, that's why it looks familiar. Okay, so it's based off Ghosts and Goblins. Okay, that's why the character design stuff looks familiar, but I have never played this before. This game in particular came out in 2001 on the PS2. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I can't say for certain, bro. So we have $4.99 coming in from John McKinney. I'm very sad to say this, but my dog Summer, a yellow Labrador, just passed away yesterday. My other dog Walter, a pug, is sad and lonely. And you have another one coming in from John McKinney. On the other hand, I don't know if I'm ready for another one, but on the other hand, I think Walter needs someone to make him not lonely. What should I do? Oh shit, John, bro. Listen, man, my deepest condolences to you, bro. As someone who's owned a lot of pets over the years, it's one of those things that you never want to think about those days, right? The days where eventually your little furry friend is no longer going to be there. And it fucking sucks, bro, because, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, we've had our dog for going on we rescued him at the end of 2011, so we've had him for well over 10 years now. And when we rescued him, they weren't exactly sure of his age. They assumed he was anywhere from like 1 to 2 years old. But then you just start thinking, and then you take doctor's trips with the vet trips. And you know, they classify him as a senior dog, and there's just certain things that come from having a senior dog, and it doesn't happen often, but you start thinking, and it fucking sucks, bro. And one thing that I've never had to experience, but I've heard from friends, is like the toll of losing a pet has on the other animals in your family. And it's very evident because, you know, these animals, they wear their heart on their sleeves. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't communicate to us verbally, but we see exactly what they're going through. And honestly, bro, I don't know what the right answer is. I mean, the best thing I can say is give yourself time to grieve. Give yourself time to process this, because it's not easy, man. It just like death in any other context. It's something that you never really get over. It's just a thing that you get a little better dealing with as you experience it. But there's going to be a lot of days where you just remember all those good times, and it hurts because that person, that animal, is no longer with you. But the important thing that I can say, bro, is that it seems like Summer made such an incredible impact on your life and on your family's life. And that's what you need to remember. Whether or not you do want to adopt another dog is going to be on you. Whether or not you feel it's right to adopt another dog for the sake of your other animal, that's completely on you. But just give yourself the time right now to just, like, live through it, my friend. Just live through it. And again, my deepest condolences with this, man. I'm so sorry. Oh, man. All right. We got one more super chat, and I'm gonna do the intro. We'll get back to the stream. So we have $4.99 coming in from Megas. Appreciate you, my brother. What's good, bro? How you feeling about gaming going hard in 2023? Zelda, Final Fantasy 16, Starfield, Armored Core 6, all got me all got me on hard. Pause. Hey, yo, this man, listen, hey, all I'm saying, bro, is that, like, yes, there's gonna be erections a couple times a year or a couple times a month if it's the month of March. Shit is crazy. But yeah, bro, it's I don't know what it is with the video game industry in the month of March and the month of June. Probably, you know, for the financial quarters, they want to get all their games out there and get a last big boost of revenue. But dude, it's gonna be absolutely insane. I don't think a lot of those games are gonna hit next year. I'm gonna keep it a stack. A lot of those games are probably gonna get pushed out of the way of the juggernauts, and it's crazy how it's gotten to the point where the first couple months of the year were usually the breathing room for games that couldn't compete in the holiday season. But now, February, March, April, those are the months where we're seeing a lot of the juggernaut titles that aren't the other juggernaut titles. So it's going to be very confusing what happens. All I'm saying is, like, I'm thankful that at least a couple of those games are on Game Pass, so I won't have to pay for it, because, man, there's just, like, dude, just off the top of my head, Final Fantasy 16, Zelda, Fire Emblem, the Dead Space remake, like, that's already just 4 games right there, not counting Starfield, not counting Redfall, not counting Spider-Man, not counting just so much shit that is coming out next year. Like, it's gonna be absolutely insane, man. I don't, like, Hogwarts Legacy, like, bro, it just, I don't know, bro. And that's not even counting if there's some games that do, like, surprise stealth announcements and drops within the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they announced the game in, like, March or something, and it comes out in September, and it's a fucking banger, bro. It's crazy, bro. So yeah, just get ready for the onslaught. Prioritize the games that you want to play. Don't feel as if you got to buy everything for the sake of, because that is not a fiscally responsible decision to be making right now. But yeah, just enjoy the process and have fun. And if it's an Ubisoft game, remember, kids, do not buy it at launch, because it will be 20% off within 2 weeks. Alrighty, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, appreciate everybody who's doing all these early super chats. Thank you guys so much. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fantastic and fabulous installment of Ask Neo. If y'all are tuning in for the very first time, welcome to Ask Neo. It is my weekly Q&A series, my weekly Ask Me Anything, where you guys have the opportunity to ask me questions, and I answer them to the best of my ability. Sometimes I get through them very thoroughly. Sometimes it takes me 16 damn hours to answer one single question. It is what it is. It's like playing Russian roulette on this channel. We have a lot of fun. A couple of things I want to draw y'all's attention to before we get back to the stream is down below in the video description, you have a couple of links of interest. Those are all my social media outlets, from my Twitter, my Facebook page, my Instagram. No, I'm not on TikTok. And apparently, the way it's looking right now, they're trying to ban TikTok, which, hey, man, let's see what it is. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be funny if it did. And all the places you can follow me down there, twitter.com/NeoGameSpark, our Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos. And yeah, that's basically it. I want to shout out everybody who's been coming through to the stream. Shout out to the homies. Who do we have join in through the super chats? We had Valkian24. What's going on, Maddie? We got Nostalgia Trip 1, my brother. Good to see you. It's been a while. We got B-Rex Media. Who else we got here? We got Rick Payne. Play High on Life. I'm out. Damn, Rick Payne, you hyping it up that bad? Okay. Let's see who else we got in here. We've got Grimdark, my guy. Yeah, it's been a while, dude. It's definitely been a couple months. Hope all is well with you, fam. We got names 123. Let's see who else we got. We got Cedric Vieira, we got Reed94, we got Lean, we got the Sensu Beam Plug, and we got Marcus Doyle Terrell for real with the last shout out. Oh man, it is so good to see you guys. It's another Tuesday, so happy Tuesday, you guys. It is 2 minutes to 7 o'clock p.m. here on the East Coast. Coming at y'all from the state of New York. Where y'all tuning in from? Comment down below. In the meantime, I want to take this time to talk about a couple of things that happened throughout the week while you guys do that, and while we let a couple more people get acclimated to the stream. Oh, and another thing, if you guys can do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. There were a couple of things that happened since the last Ask Neo and around the time of the Game Awards that we really didn't get a chance to speak on, considering, you know, the Game Awards was focused on the Game Awards and we were watching it. But there are some things I wanted to address. There have been a couple of developments in the world of Xbox that, unfortunately, are not the most positive. So let's just get this elephant out of the way. It's the one that's, it's the most obvious, and we all saw it coming. But yeah, going forward in 2023 and beyond, Xbox's first party lineup, so anything coming from Xbox Studios, all their subsidiaries, Bethesda, if the Activision Blizzard deal goes through, well, I mean, they were already charging it, but all their first party games are going to be launching at $70. Now, if you've been following the gaming industry for the past 2 years and you just know how trends go, this is not really news whatsoever, because the gaming industry has not had a price hike for their games in almost 20 years, right? So ever since the launch of the Xbox 360, that's where games stabilized at a $60 price point. Of course, you had variable price points. You know, there's sometimes games that launch at $30, sometimes 40, 50, etc., etc. But for the most part, if it was a brand new game that came out, oh, and shout out to Daniel Pack, who became a member of the channel or re-upped his membership, one of the two things. Either way, I appreciate your support, my Penguin Enforcer. Daniel Pack, the Penguin Enforcer, I like that. But yeah, you know, so for the better part of the past 20 years, if you've been playing games on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, you've paid $59.99 for them in the United States. Now, obviously, things differ depending on the region you're at, whether you live in Canada, where games are a lot more expensive, or a couple of other territories where video games are sometimes double compared to what they are here in America. America was like the last bastion for game prices before they increased. And we saw PlayStation become the first party publisher to do that back in 2020 with the launch of the PS5. They started putting out a lot of their games at $70. You had a couple outliers here and there, like Miles Morales Spider-Man wasn't a $70 game. It was $60, but if you've played the game, as great of a game it is, that was definitely a game that probably could have launched at, you know, $45, $50, but because of the $10 increment, it's like, okay, now it's $60. So it's like, you know, I'm not too surprised about this, just given the nature of, it's kind of like the unspoken thing in the games industry, right? You know, every single other industry out there, whether if it's a good and service that they've provided you over the past 15 years, and they're not Arizona iced tea, they've raised their prices in some way, shape, or form. Now, you might not notice it on the day-to-day thing. It might be something so simple as like, oh, your cable bill is going up an extra 83 cents this month. Now, you don't notice that at the time, but when you compound all of that stuff over the years, it's like, oh, I'm definitely paying a lot more for insert this bill here. Anybody who's gone to the movies over the past 10 years or so, like I remember 10 years ago when I saw more than 10 years ago, but like 11 years ago when I saw Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows in IMAX, I remember a movie ticket for IMAX showing was, I believe, like $13, $14 tops back then, you know, with IMAX 3D being the premium. You know, now if you want to go see an IMAX showing in New York State, that bitch is almost $25. It's absolutely insane. Now, there are some services that can help subsidize that, you know, like if you're subscribed to the Regal Unlimited thing, you know, AMC has A-List, A-List. Stubs is just the rewards program. A-List is the monthly thing. You know, you can get deals on that. But for the most part, yeah, everything has gone up in price. And it's one of those things where I get it as a consumer, and I said the same thing back in 2020. It does suck that things get more expensive, but at the end of the day, it's just one of those unfortunate, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you got to vote with your wallet. If you view that gaming has become too expensive of a hobby for you, and this $10 price increase has kind of pushed you over, then you just got to get out of gaming. Or at least you got to be more savvy with your purchasing habits, right? There's a lot more ways nowadays to get games for cheap as opposed to what it was like 10, 20 years ago. 10, 20 years ago, you really had to wait for games to go on sale. Now, with services like Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, a lot of other services that offer discounts, you could still get a lot of these same games for cheap. And especially if you were someone who did game back in the 80s and the 90s, games, there was no set price point for them. Everything was so variable. There would be some games that would be coming out at $60, some games coming out at $90, you know, because of cartridges and shit. It was all over the place. And then towards the end of that, you know, PlayStation came in, standardized it, had a certain price point. That helped them. And then it continued along into the industry as we know it now. But dude, it's just one of those situations where I don't really feel like this is going to move the needle. It's not going to change anything in terms of my enjoyment for these games? Will it make me a little more critical of these releases? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like with anything that's getting more expensive, there is going to come a point where you start questioning, is it worth blah, blah, blah? Sure. But if it's still a great fucking game, like I said this before 2 years ago, Persona 6 is going to launch at $70. I am not losing sleep over the fact that that game is going to come out $10 more than its predecessor, which launched, if my Atlas math is correct, 8 years prior. Because the way it's looking, Persona 6 is probably 2025, if we're lucky. If we're fucking lucky. I don't know. We'll see. I just learned not to get too excited about just RPG release dates, especially from Japan. That's just, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 might come out in 2011 or 12, guys. Oh shit. But yeah, you know, so for me, it's kind of a non-issue. You know, I'm not going to use the Game Pass shield defense like a lot of people say. Like, oh, well, just get the games on Game Pass. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that do like to own their games. And there's a lot of people that aren't subscribed to Game Pass who still buy their games, be it physically or digitally. You know, there's less of a risk that you run because it's a first-party game. So it's not going to be taken off of Game Pass. But if it's like you know, like a third-party title that goes on Game Pass day and date, it'll eventually leave the service. And, you know, you want to own it. So, yeah, $70 games coming to Xbox. It's just the nature of the business. Support the games you want to play or don't support them at all. But let's just get back to playing video games. That's all I can really say. 199 super chat coming in from the Sensu Bean plug. Have you ever seen Shin Godzilla Stray Gas? Yes, I actually got invited to the North American premiere of Shin Godzilla by Funimation. They hit me up like a few days before and like, hey, you want to come to the premiere? And I said, sure, why not? So I went to the Shin Godzilla premiere with my boy Jorge, and we actually were sitting with the Stranger Things cast. You know, I'm not trying to make this like a bragging thing, but it was just like a coincidence of events. I was just like, holy shit, we're sitting with the Stranger Things guys. It was crazy. Yeah, the photo's on my Instagram if you guys want to dive all the way back. But yeah, Shin Godzilla, it was one of those movies that it took me like 2 or so watches to really appreciate it, because I watched it when it came out and I was like, all right, this is okay, I guess. You know, like, I wish there was more Godzilla stuff happening, you know, and everything. But I was like, all right, it's cool. I enjoyed it. But then when I watched it like a second or third time, and I really... It took me a while to remember that, okay, this is a Godzilla movie by Hideaki Anno, and the way he does stuff and his commentary on things, I was like, oh, that's exactly what he was going for. And yeah, Shin Godzilla, it's a very, very good movie. Still need to buy the Blu-ray for it. I don't have it. I'm kind of waiting for them to put out. Hopefully, it comes out on like Criterion Collection. I'm kind of that snob. I like having Criterion stuff or really nice special editions. But what about you guys? Have you seen Shin Godzilla? I mean, it's like 6 years old at this point. Have you seen Shin Ultraman? No, I haven't. But I think I saw an ad for it on Regal. I might be going crazy, but I think I saw an ad for it on Regal. I might have. I'm not so sure. Let's see. One sec. I just got to adjust something real quick. There we go. All right. Do you like salmon cream cheese? That is a very specific question, but yes, I do. I actually really do. I've definitely, you know what's so funny? Like this past year, I've gotten back into eating bagels. Like, I know it's kind of weird. Like, oh, bro, you live in New York, bacon, egg, and cheese. Ugh. You know, but like, I like with the whole working out and healthy shit and everything, I kind of strayed away from bagels. But then I found this company called Dave's Killer Bread that makes healthy bagels. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit slaps. Like, there's this one everything bagel that they make, and I get some salmon cream cheese or some garlic and herb cream cheese. I have that with some eggs in the morning. Like, that shit slaps, bro. That shit is really good. Where's a good place to start watching Godzilla? Oh, man. Honestly, I'm not too sure, like, what streaming services have it, because sometimes it bounces back and forth. Like, I remember for a while, the Godzilla movies were on Amazon Prime, and I think when Godzilla 2014 came out, they had the original on Netflix. Honestly, the best thing I can say, Marcus, is to go ahead and just buy the box set they have, which comes with like a lot of Godzilla movies, and just go from there, man. Because at the end of the day, you know, preservation and all that good stuff. $5 super chat coming in from Hibachi. Thoughts on Wonder Woman 3 being canceled and future DC games being connected to the DC Gunverse? Yeah, so there's just been a lot of shit happening. And before I answer that, shout out to all the new people who've been joining in. We got Andrew James in the chat. We got Cynthia in the chat. Who else is here? Godzilla Tommy, my man. Speaking of which, if you want to talk to somebody that knows everything about fucking Godzilla, obviously it's in his name, but Godzilla Tommy, my brother from another, Bob. Like, I've known this dude, like, I shit you not, guys, since I've had only a couple hundred subscribers on YouTube. That's how far Bob and I go back. Like, holy fucking shit. Like, he's just so fucking awesome. Like, I roast him quite frequently for simping on Twitter, especially when it comes to certain Persona 5 girls, but that's my brother mine right there. That's my brother. And yeah, so yeah, Shin Ultraman, it comes out next month in Japan. So that was the ad that I saw, probably because it's coming to theaters. I mean, I'm gonna be real, like, I know very little about Ultraman. I've only seen a couple of things here and there, but I might just go to support. Like, if y'all say this shit slaps, I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy a ticket, you know? That's how easily I'm influenced. Oh, no, we got Film Lovers in the chat as well. What's up, Film Lover? Film Lover, ask your question again, because by the time I finish this one, I'll be able to answer it. But okay. So, Insane Quad is in here too. What's up, Insane Quad? Okay, back on this. So Hibachi's question, what are your thoughts on Wonder Woman 3 being canceled and the future DC games being connected to the Gunverse? So here's the thing. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen that article that came out last week about James Gunn's direction for the DC universe. Apparently, there's a couple of things that aren't going to be moving forward. It's leaning a lot towards... I just realized... What the hell? Bro, was there like a little bit of an earthquake? Because look at that shit. I don't know what is holding that stuff up. But look at that shit, guys. The Zone of the Ender Special Edition fell on top of the Persona Dancing All Night Disco Fever Edition. And it's being held by the legendary Chalice Cuphead Funko Pop. I don't understand how that happened. And I don't understand how that shit is still clinging on for dear life. That's like being an Xbox fan in 2022, man. The hopes and dreams. Just look at that, man. That's fucking crazy. Oh my god. I just noticed that shit too. I was like, what the hell? How did that happen? The Force Baby Yoda. Yeah, he's keeping that in place. So yeah, back on point to what I was saying. Okay, so I'm so sorry, Hibachi. But yeah, so there was a report that came out last week in the Hollywood Reporter that a couple of projects that are currently in development at DC for, you know, their films are not going to be moving forward. Some of them might be retooled. But it's sounding like from the report that Gunn is leading more towards a total reboot for the most part, with some exceptions, as opposed to trying to continue this weird universe that DC has going forward, right? Hey, Donataka, what's up, bro? And so a lot of people ask me, like, well, what do you think about this? As someone who's been, like, pretty critical of DC on film, but has enjoyed some of their recent stuff, like The Batman. You know, The Batman's my favorite comic book movie of the year. What do you think about this? Honestly, I think that this is going to be a situation that no matter what happens, nobody is going to be, like, you cannot satisfy 100% of the people. And I know people always say that as a crutch to defend some nonsense that's going on, you know what I'm saying? But genuinely in this situation, because DC has been so fragmented over the past decade, like, you have the hardcore Snyder cult fans, you have the people that casually enjoy some of the different stuff DC has been doing, like Shazam, the more lighthearted stuff like that movie, some of the more whatever stuff like Black Adam, and then you got the people that enjoy more of like the hardcore-ish, gritty, you know, bunny ears quotation mark, obviously, stuff like the Batman and Joker. You know, where's this all going to fit in an interconnected DC universe that's not just going to connect movies, but you're going to have TV shows and somehow video games as well? Honestly, I feel like it's going to be one of those situations where you kind of have to take a lot of hits in the beginning in order to create something of value and substance. And I would not be opposed to a complete and total reboot of the DC slate. Now, I don't necessarily think they're going to do that, because that would require them rebooting some shit that they've already effectively rebooted, like Batman. You know what I'm saying? I think certain things are going to be safe. Like anything that is already far along in production, or they've already spent excess amounts of money on, and there's a lot of good fan like will going into it, they're going to continue. So obviously Joker 2 is already in production. It's a standalone thing. It's not connected to anything. That's still going to come out. The Batman universe is the only legitimate good thing that they have going for them that's united the critics and the fans, and people are excited to see where that goes. And again, they've already spent money on the TV shows, and Matt Reeves is already working on the sequel, and they would be, I'm just gonna be honest, they would be fucking stupid to mess with that universe. But it looks like obviously they're not going to do that. Gunn has said as much. But everything else is up in the air. There's too much baggage going on from the Snyderverse. There's way too much stuff going on. And even if you liked individual things that came from it, like the first Wonder Woman movie I thought was pretty solid. First Aquaman movie I thought was solid. There's no way you can really redeem that and have the audiences come along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? Because there's still going to be a contingency of people who are like, okay, so this is a relaunch with the same actors playing the characters, but it's not the version from that, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're someone like us who knows how all this comic shit works, you can, you know, what is the phrase, suspension of belief? You could just accept that. But for the general audience, they're going to be like, what? Like, what is happening here? And honestly, a full slate reboot for all the shit that didn't work while trying to bring in some of the stuff that did work is going to be the best approach. So some of the stuff that just has like really little to no connective tissue, I think can work out. Like Blue Beetle is still coming out. I don't necessarily think that movie is going to have any ties to the old regime of DC stuff. You could continue doing Blue Beetle stuff. And if it's a success, continue doing Blue Beetle stuff, right? And I saw the costume for that shit. That costume was looking incredible. Flash? If you're not gonna lock Ezra Miller up, you got to make sure he's not in movies anymore. Like, I'm just gonna be real. Like, I do not, no matter how good that movie is, I do not want to live in a world where you have the liability that is Ezra Miller. You don't want to be attached to that shit at all, right? And then Wonder Woman, right? Like, Wonder Woman Part 3, according to the report, Patty Jenkins, her direction clashed with whatever the executives wanted for it, and then she was like, offered the opportunity to do a rewrite, and she said, no, I'm not going to do it because y'all don't understand this. Patty Jenkins, baby, you thought you were that gal. You thought you were that gal, not named Godot. You thought you were that gal. Nah. Like, Patty Jenkins got one hit on her hands, and then she thinking she knows everything. Like, you can't do that shit. So honestly, if you were to reboot Wonder Woman, I'm A-okay with that shit, bro. I am A-okay with that shit. Gal Gadot, like, listen, I know some people like her. Acting wise, direction, we can get other actors. I'm cool with a full reboot. I'm fine with that shit, bro. So yeah, I'm not losing any sleep because Wonder Woman 1984, in my opinion, was a very, 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 very underwhelming sequel. There were some decent aspects. I like the idea of some things, and that's probably the most positive thing I'm gonna say about Wonder Woman 1984. But nah, like, other than that, like, if you were to tell me a full-on connected DC universe where the characters are great, the stories are great, and I'm excited about the future with these guys, then yes, I will take that over the small good aspects of the last 10 years of DC stuff. Now, the biggest elephant in the room, though, what do you do with Henry Cavill, right? Henry Cavill, unfortunately, is still, even though he hasn't played Superman in the past 6 years, you know, I don't really count the Snyder Cut because that was just a retooling and his proper vision. But the last time Henry Cavill played Superman was 5 years ago. What do you do with Henry Cavill? Henry Cavill, I think, is the only portion of the Snyderverse that you could realistically bring into the new universe and everyone would just be okay with it. Everyone would be like, all right, fine, we're okay with this shit. I don't know how he's gonna interact with Robert Pattinson's Batman as a new Batman. Like, last Batman I knew was freaking homicidal. You seem okay, I guess. I don't know how that's gonna work, but it would be a shame if they rebooted the entirety of the DC universe and we did not get another Superman movie starring Henry Cavill. And that's the thing that really crushes me. It crushes my spirit inside because I know Henry Cavill, with a proper script and everything that he can embody with Superman, we could get legitimately an amazing movie. And this coming from somebody who loved Man of Steel. I really loved Man of Steel outside of his issues, okay? Give him one more chance. Give him one more chance. Give him a better script. Give him more hope and more optimism. And we're going to be good, man. Like, give him a Superman film with color and all that shit. Like, It would work, bro. It would work. And James Gunn has come out and said that Superman and making him work is a priority for DC. But what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean like we're getting a full-on reboot? Does that mean they're going to work with Henry Cavill? I just don't want to live in a universe where we don't get a Henry Cavill Superman movie because for some reason it's going to be attached to The Rock's, right? So that was the thing that, you know, with the success of Black Adam, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but Dwayne Johnson, like, he spent more time promoting the future of Black Adam rather than the movie itself. He kept talking about, yeah, well, we want to do with the sequels. We want to do Black Adam and Superman shit and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, can we just focus on you getting this movie off the ground? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's always like, yeah, we want to do this shit for the fans. Like, he spent more time talking about that, which, giving credit where credit's due, you know, he did the impossible to bring Henry Cavill back into the fray because that old regime of WB did not want Henry Cavill back. But I'm going to keep it a stack, fam. If one of these got to go, if it's between The Rock or Henry Cavill Superman, listen, I'm going to take Henry Cavill Superman, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. Damn. But yeah, like I'm all for a full-on reboot. Leave the Pattinson stuff alone. You know, do what you got to do for all the other characters. Give us a new Superman movie. Please involve Henry Cavill if possible. But if there is one thing that I'm kind of wary about, and this is what makes me a little nervous about things. He was talking about, and we'll get to your super chat in a second, Julian Phoenix. He was talking about we're going to involve games. Now, giving credit where credit is due, we don't know the exact context because he was just speaking like what our broad plans are, you know, like broad strokes on the canvas. We don't know the exact context. James Gunn said sometime next year we will know the exact roadmap of what they want to set out, you know, hopefully sooner rather than later. But when he's talking about video games, that's what kind of bothers me, because if there is one thing I do love about Marvel and DC stuff, I like how every single one of their like every single time they try to do something in a different medium, it is its own thing for the most part, because that way you don't limit the creatives to what is happening with a bigger universe. Like the cinematic universe stuff for Marvel works great in the cinematic universe, but when you try to have synergy with those same movies with TV shows and you realize that TV is a different medium from film, you see a lot of missteps and you see a lot of mistakes and misfires that happen with the TV shows because they're not really thinking of it as TV shows. They're thinking of it as, let's do Marvel stuff. Let's just film a 6-hour movie and chop it up into a TV show, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work, right? You start seeing some problems there with the synergy. Now, granted, that could just be a Phase 4 problem. That could just be a problem in management. Who knows? But that is what we have to judge on what they're doing. But if there's one thing I really liked about the games that they've put out recently is that even though they're not connected, which I don't really think they need to be connected, I like how everything is its own little universe and I can get excited for the future. Like, I love Insomniac's take on Spider-Man. And whether or not Yuri Lowenthal's Spider-Man will cross over into the Wolverine game, I don't really care that much. It would be cool to do like a mission or two with the two of them, but I like the fact that they're doing their own thing, they're crafting their own universe, and it has the Marvel seal of approval. Same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. What Eidos Montreal was able to pull off of that game, again, it took everybody by surprise, myself included. Absolutely floored. Phenomenal game, phenomenal writing, and I really, really hope it does get a sequel at some point, right? There's the rumored Black Panther game that's coming out from EA's new studio over on the West Coast. That's going to be really interesting to see. Apparently, Square Enix released an Avengers game in the past couple of years. I don't think it exists, but apparently people say, yeah, there was an Avengers game that came out. Sure, maybe. I get excited about the game developers being able to do their own thing. But when you're talking about having games synergy with the movies, that just seems like it's a bunch of red tape. That just seems like it's a bunch of issues waiting to happen. And it just seems like it's not necessary. Like, why would you want to involve games in that stuff? That's when you start getting into the situation where you become Tetsuya Nomura and you're trying to create this overarching Kingdom Hearts universe with console games, then mobile games, then handheld games, and it just becomes so confusing for the general fan, right? Now, you could be the hardcore person, and you can go and download the mobile games and read all the story, or you can watch YouTube videos. But for the most people out there, they play Kingdom Hearts 1. They play Kingdom Hearts 2. They play Kingdom Hearts 3, right? A more core fan will play Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance, you know what I'm saying? But most people want things to be very accessible. And when you start delving into other mediums and you have to keep up with this and keep up with that, it doesn't seem worthwhile. And from a narrative point of view, it feels limited because you can't take as many risks because it has to be in service of the larger universe. Which, again, I love that idea, but within specific situations, right? When you start involving other mediums, it just makes it really like, okay, you're limiting what we're doing. And the last thing I want to do is play a 20-hour Marvel story in a video game, and they can't do exactly what they want to do because, well, this TV show is going to be doing something with this character that we can't do, and it's just limiting. And then how, like, from a security standpoint, you know, you already have hundreds of people working on these video games, and you have hundreds of people working on these movies and TV shows. There's going to be spoilers everywhere, and I know most people don't care about spoilers like that, but yeah, it's going to be out there. It's going to be another hassle to overcome. So honestly, I don't really want them to do synergy with video games unless he means we're going to have more of an active focus with DC video games. Like, we're going to make sure we put out more DC video games. If that's what he means, and he means like, okay, we're not just going to get the occasional Batman game or the occasional Batman spinoff game. We're going to put out more games. We're going to have more emphasis on the characters. We're going to give you guys a Green Lantern game. You know, the Wonder Woman game that's coming out. You know, we're going to make sure that that's not the only Wonder Woman game coming out. We're going to give you guys just different stuff. If he means that, then I am excited for it. I am excited for the effort and the energy going into DC. But again, all this stuff is tentative to change. Look at how many regimes we've had at DC. Look at how many regimes we've had at Warner Brothers over the past couple of years. So until all this stuff is set in stone and I'm able to sit in the theater and watch it, or I'm able to boot the game up on my console, it doesn't really exist to me. But we'll see. We'll see. Shout out to people who've been joining in between. We got Delilah. Delilah, what's up, sis? How you doing? We got Jagon King. We got Wee Man on Wheels. We got Roosevelt. Shout out to everybody. It's good to see y'all. Okay, so let's see. So I have a $5 super chat coming from Julian Phoenix. How do you deal with TikTokers hogging machines in the gym? Oh, brother, man. Yeah, that's been the newest phenomenon post-COVID. The influx of TikTok gym influencers. Yeah. So as someone who, you know, I've been in the gym well before social media really popped off. I mean, social media, it was a thing in the early 2010s, but not to a crazy degree like it is now. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily mind the gym influencers. You know, if they keep to themselves, they have their little tripods, they do their thing, they record their workouts, sure. But when I see all these people coming in here doing skits, hogging machines for some dumbassery shit, bro, that thing gets on my fucking nerves. Like, and I'm normally the type of person where I don't say anything about it because, you know, I don't own the gym. I don't pay rent here. You know, I just pay for a membership. But if it gets to a point where it's like I'm waiting a solid half an hour for a bench press because you guys are doing some stupid ass shit where you're trying to bench the weight and then you've got two girls hanging on the end or something, I just go up to people and I say, listen, how much longer you guys got on here? And if they try to pitch a fit, I'd be like, no, man, you're filming some bullshit stuff. You're taking up people's time. And I speak for everybody in the room. Come on, be considerate. That's what it is. I've only ever had to do that one time. And after I've said that, the people moved away and they never did that shit again to that same degree. But if you're someone who's just like recording your videos, you know, for like, okay, here's my TikTok of the workouts I did, I don't got a problem with that shit. But when you're doing dumbass stuff, bro, I got to intervene. Because it's like, yo, some of us don't have 6 hours in a day to work out and have to wait here for you to do some bullshit garbage. Like, if you're going to do that, like, I don't give a fuck. Go to the gym at odd hours. Go to the gym at 11 p.m. at night. Go to the gym at fucking, you know, like 2 a.m. in the morning. Like, come on now, dude. Or I don't know, like, go to one of those gyms that's built for all these influencers. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, thankfully my gym, like, we don't have those type of people. You know, I did recently switch gyms, so there is that. But if I went to like one of those like really popular gyms, like what was it, like Alpha Land down in Texas, like that's just a whole bunch of like juiced up influencer wannabes and shit. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be the case there. But yeah, I don't really mind it until it becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. So we got $5 coming in from Nostalgia Trip. And also just to answer your question, Julian Phoenix, you just get management involved. You just gotta let them know, like, hey, listen, you know, recording and stuff is cool, but if you're doing some bullshit, taking up people's time, and you could potentially be doing something that could be injuring other members, oh yeah, the management staff, they will be very quick to revoke people's memberships. They do not care. The thing about gyms that a lot of people don't realize is they don't care if you actually show up to the gym. They care that you pay that money. They make most of their money on people that do not come to the gym. When you got to think about it like this, guys. People who work out at the gym, all they're doing for the gym owners themselves is putting wear and tear on the barbells, on the dumbbells, on the weights. And, you know, there's a lot of people that be just doing dumbass shit in general. So if you had an option of signing up 100 grandmas who only come to the gym maybe like once or twice a week to do aerobics, or sign up like 10 meatheads who are going to be slamming equipment, breaking this, breaking that, they're going to take the 100 grandmas over the 10 meatheads, bro. Like, it is what it is. Let's see. So we got $5 super chat from Nostalgia Trip. Considering how predictable we've seen game development has been in the last few years, they're too much of a wild card. Are we talking about the whole DC thing as well? Oh, speaking of DC, we got DC Gaming, who's been a member of the 5 months of Phantom Weirdos. Thank you so much, bro. You can tell Neo is nosy as hell. Look at his blinds, LMAO. No, I just gotta change these blinds, bro. It's been a while, but I ain't going front though. When I see people, like, you know, you're that type when you see people like backing up into your driveway, like, what the fuck you backing up into my driveway for, bro? Like, what you doing here, man? Make a U-turn like everybody else, bro. Nah, but I just literally, like, whenever I do be a little nosy, I be like, ooh, damn. But yeah, I gotta change these blinds. I've had them for a couple of years, but it's one of those situations where I don't, like, okay, it's like low on my list of things. But how you doing, DC? It's good to see you, my brother. Yeah, it's been a while, bro. It's been a while, guys. Well, first off, thank you guys so much for just like all the kind words and well wishes, you know, since I've been gone from YouTube. I really do appreciate it, man. I've missed this shit like no tomorrow, and it's really good to be back, man, when you just have time off and, you know, you can work through some things and you just come back, and it's just a really good feeling. So thank you guys for that. And yes, Delilah, we got to make that happen. We have got to make that podcast appearance happen on GWG. We have got to do that, you know, hopefully. Like, that's my goal for next year, Delilah. That is my goal for next year, to be on GWG. Like, absolutely. I'm going to try to make it happen. The second I have like a Saturday afternoon or something where I'm off, I'll be like, yo, listen, we out. like straight up, I don't care what guests you have. I'll be on there. I don't care if I speak for 10 minutes. I'm there. What does Neo want from Daredevil Born Again? Honestly, man, I just need them to maintain. I just need them to maintain the status quo, what they've done with Daredevil Season 3. Like, Daredevil Season 3, in my honest opinion, was the highlight. It was the peak of the show in so many different ways. And it just sucks that the second we get that GOAT season, it gets canceled, right? So what I need them to do in this is just bring back that love for Daredevil, man. And honestly, it's one of the MCU projects that I am the most skeptical about, bro. Like, I know they say they're going to try their best to make it a Daredevil show, but at the same time, they got to make it fit in the context of the MCU. And I love the MCU as much as the next guy. You guys know this. But sometimes I just want some serious shit. Why did it take Black Panther Wakanda Forever, a movie dealing with trauma and grief of the actor dying, to give us a serious MCU movie? That should not have to be the case. That should not have to be the case. It really shouldn't, man. So, yeah, I wanted to go back to the serious storytelling. You can have your quips here and there, but I just want a serious story. You know, have your world building, your character crossovers, sure. But make sure that shit is actually relevant and not some dumbass way to introduce a character that no one's going to care about, but we're going to set him up for a movie. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, take some time with the damn script. Take some time with the script, bro. What's up, Bryce? How you doing, my brother? Daijin says, was looking at some earlier stuff when you were still Qmon 2, man. Been following you since you're posting those EX2 videos, bro. Thanks for being one of the OGs. Oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's so surreal, man, because when y'all think about it, we're getting pretty close. Like, next year will mark 15 years that I've been on YouTube, posting somewhat frequently. which is absolutely asinine to think about. But at the same time, it's amazing because, like, I always envied when I would see people talk about how, like, yeah, me and my friends, like, these are like OGs. Like, you know, when I was working at Stop and Shop, I remember I had an older coworker, and he was just like, yeah, you know, I remember when I saw the first Terminator in movie theaters, you know, it was me and my friends, and then we saw, you know, the first Star Wars movie, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, that is awesome to have, like, friendships with people, talk about nerd shit for decades, man. And then I realized, like, we're living it right now, you guys. In this era of internet, social connectivity with streaming, like, this is what we're doing now. Like, all of us remember them iconic moments. All of us do. And it's crazy. Like I said, I've known some of y'all for almost 20 years. We're getting to that point, y'all. It's awesome, bro. I fucking love it. That's why, like I said, I'll never leave YouTube because you can't get this shit anywhere else, bro. Neo flex on these fools with that weeb power. Hey, oh, you talk about, okay, so Pooh asked that question too. Any updates with the girl you've been talking to? I got a couple, but I have a few people who've donated super chat, so I got to catch up on those. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so we have a $2 super chat from Don Otaku. Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8? There's a right answer. Ooh, I'm gonna be honest. Well, as a person who is very adept at not playing fighting games, the fighting game franchise that I've definitely enjoyed more over the past couple of years has been Tekken. It's just one of the things that I gel with more. Not to, like I said, I am not the person to talk to with, like, which is a more technical fighting game and blah, 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 whatever. I'm not that type of person. But I've just enjoyed Tekken a lot more. I've done better in Tekken. I mean, there's some situations where I do really good in Street Fighter. Like, sometimes I'm really good with Dudley. But yeah, looking at the two of them, I'm definitely a lot more excited for Tekken, if only for the potential that maybe, hopefully, one day, our boy Kiryu gets added as a guest character in it. Because listen, they have the heat system in the game. How do you have a heat system in a Tekken game and not bring in the Dragon of Dojima? Like, it makes no absolute sense to me. And if there was a time for a guest character to show up in a game starring the heat system, it's gotta be Kiryu. It has gotta be Kiryu. And if we don't get that, I'll be so disappointed. Y'all can have all these nut ass characters you want, but listen, give me Kiryu, bro. But yeah, either way, like, as someone looking at it from like an outside perspective, they both look like very good games, and I want both those games to be amazing. What's up, Chocolate Daddy? Hey, yo, what's up, Acebreaker? $5 from Julian Phoenix. Dog, did you know Sentry is the villain of the Thunderbolts movie? How does that work with the whack lineup? Bro, I have no idea. Like I said, I'm a Marvel fan, but at the same time, I'm the biggest Marvel hater out there in the past year. Like, all them TV shows fucking broke me, bro. And Thor Love and Thunder, too. I don't know how they're gonna work it. Like, the only way I could consider seeing that somehow work is if he's, like, fresh out. Like, hasn't developed his powers, very, like, level 1 type shit. That's the only way I can see the Thunderbolts ever standing a chance, unless they do some type of weird thing where it's like, well, we're not going to overpower him, we're going to outsmart him. And if they try to do that dumbass shit, I am done, bro. I am so done. Like, you cannot have the first appearance of Sentry have this man get his ass whooped, whether it's a technicality or whether it's like some nerf thing or what have you, or unless it's something weird where it's like he's not the actual villain and the real villain is like Fontaine or something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at the Thunderbolts lineup. I just, no. Like, I just have no interest in it, man. I'm like, no. But who knows? Maybe the movie might surprise me. Maybe it might be the best Marvel movie that ever was a Marvel movie, you guys. Like, I'm just preparing myself for all types of possibilities here. I really am, guys. It could be great. It could be amazing. It could work. It just got a lot of explaining to do. But thank you for the super chat, Julian. We got $2 from Hibachi. Which Guardians are going to die? If I had to take a guess, Drax definitely is. That nigga ain't coming back. Like, with the way Dave Bautista has been talking about the character, he ain't coming back. And honestly, out of all the characters that you could kill, I think, like, Drax, I wouldn't shed many tears for. Like, I'd shed one tear just because he's part of the group. But, like, if that nigga died, like, yo, all right, you know? Now, if this was Drax from the video game, I'd be like, yo, that man was my nigga, bro. You know what he went through with his daughter, bro? Like, yo. Oh man, that was such a great game. Play it if you haven't. It's on Game Pass on PlayStation. But yeah, I think Drax is gonna die. I don't think Rocket is gonna die. I feel like it's gonna be a fake out because whenever trailers do that shit, it's not gonna happen. But at the same time, I feel like James Gunn is that evil of a man to make it happen, saying yes, what you expected to happen is gonna happen. But I don't think so. I feel like if they are gonna do something with Rocket, if he survives, there's two outcomes. Number one, he's gonna lead a new team of Guardians, or number two, he's gonna get turned back into a proper raccoon and live a life with Lila. I feel like that's probably what's gonna happen. It's gonna be so sad because it's like he can't talk anymore or something. He's free. He's back to normal. Something like that, you know? But yeah, that nigga Drax is definitely gonna get the nah, he ain't coming back. Up 2-1. Do you work out? Yes, I do work out. Let's see, a couple more super chats and we'll talk about the whole situation with the girl. $2 from Ryan. Neo, give us Persona 6 influence Atlas for us all. Listen, if I had that power, I would definitely do that. But honestly, I'm gonna leave it up to Atlas. I'm gonna leave it up to Atlas to surprise me. As much as I want to be here and bitch, whine, moan, and complain about how I want an adult cast, the cast set in college, I'm gonna let them do their thing. I'm gonna let them cook. I'm gonna let them cook, you guys. I'm gonna let them cook. Oh, shout out to the homie, wow, hold on a second. Shout out to the homie JFam388 who gifted 5 more memberships. He gifted 5 memberships last week too. PS Rewind, Narukami 2D, GC Plugs, JMac19, and Siberia were all gifted memberships. Gifts for those who stuck around. Appreciate you so much, Jason. Wow, that is so fucking awesome, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. And I gotta see what wines you were... Did you even text me about the wines you were drinking? I don't see it. Yeah, but you gotta text me what wine you drinking, bro. We gotta talk. Let's see them gains, guy. Where's the before and after, bro? Just go to my Twitter, man. Go to my Twitter. It's on my front page, bro. Literally, it's right there. I appreciate you more, no, but I appreciate you the most, this Jason. Oh man. But yeah, shout out to all the new members. Thank you so much, Jason. Dude, Film Lover, Prisoners, I added it to my Netflix queue. I will watch it. It's just been such a fucking busy week, bro. I'm trying to do everything at once. Everything, everywhere, all at once. But I will watch it before the end of the year. Rest assured, like the second I get some downtime to sit and watch a movie like that, bro, I'm gonna do it. All right, so let's go back. Okay. Zack Rodriguez, who's been a member for the past 13 months. Thank you, bro. Neo, any updates on Gym Persona Girl? Also, I just talked to the super cute girl at the gym yesterday and shot my shot. Hope things work out for us. Oh, my man. Look at this guy, Zack Rodriguez. I talked to this man about Costco food court food, and now he's definitely about to get himself some food. You love to see it. Yeah, honestly, man, listen, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to shooting your shot. Because listen, what is the worst that can happen? She says, ew. Okay, so what? She says, ew, man. There's going to be someone out there who's going to appreciate you for all your ews. And you might not even be ew. But in all seriousness, any updates on Gym Persona Girl? Yeah, man. Shit's been going very good, you guys. Like, really good. We went out last week, had another really amazing date. We're going out again tomorrow. And that's really rare for me, man. Like going out on dates like every single week. Like most of the time, like if I'm talking to a girl, we'll go out on one date, and depending on how I feel, I'll be like maybe 2 weeks or something like that. I don't know. But with this girl, it's like we talk every day. We have really fun times on the dates. We've been going out on dates like every week, and it's just been awesome, man. You know, I'm definitely taking my time with this one. You know, I don't really want to rush into stuff, but I'm really enjoying the process and getting to know her and talking to her a lot. So yeah, you know, we'll see. If I have any more updates, you guys will be the first to know. But shit is going very good. She's really dope, really down to earth. She's not, I know it's so cliche to say, but like she's definitely someone who takes a genuine interest in what I have to say and what I'm talking about. She's a big nerd, so that's a plus too. Like when I say nerd, she's like really into this nerd shit, bro. Like her car has Sailor Moon. Like I thought I was wild with my Persona bumper sticker, but her car has like Sailor Moon decals, Demon Slayer figures. Like it's fucking insane, bro. She's got a Spider-Gwen sticker on her rear view mirror. Like not on her rear view mirror, but on like her sunroof. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool. I never really talked to a nerd like that before. So this is like all new territory for me. But it's nice taking your time getting to know somebody, you know, talking about a lot of like important shit, not just you know, like how y'all vibe in, you know, some respects. But yeah, it's going good. It's going really good, guys. It's going really good. What race is she? She's Dominican, bro. She is Dominican. This is my first time like dating a Dominican chick. I've dated Mexican. I've dated Puerto Rican, Chinese, black. I've messed around with some white girls. Never dated one. So yeah, this is like Dominican. So yeah, it's good, man. It's been good. What's up, Joe? How you doing, bro? She's a nerd. Yeah, she a nerd, bro. Watch City of God. Okay. She must be watching right now. Nah, you know, she's not. She don't even know I got freaking a YouTube channel, bro. Yeah, most of the time, like if I'm talking to a girl, I don't bring up like most shit about my life, like the really cool stuff about my life until later down the road. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go out and I talk to them, like we talk about hobbies and interests, I'll be like, oh, I'm a big gamer, you know, like this is what I do for work, blah, blah, blah. But anything that like I consider a real passion of mine, I don't really share until I really get to know a person. Not that I'm ashamed in it, because of course not. I would not be ashamed of YouTube videos. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, you're not cool enough for me to talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Don Otaku, no, we haven't done that. We have not done that, bro. We have not done that. Like I said, taking my time. $2 from Flame. Damn it, Neo. I thought I could have catfished you. No, I would know immediately, Flame. The way you type, I would know. It's fake because everyone makes mistakes. It's fake because everyone mistakes Neo for being Dominican. Yo, dude, every single girl that I've talked to in real life or on dating apps, they've all like I love playing this game. I'd be like, what's my ethnicity? And they say, oh, you're black. And I'm like, oh, congratulations. Wow. Good for you. You know? But then there's a lot of people out there who are just like, okay, you're black, but oh, I don't know. Like only one girl has ever correctly guessed my actual ethnicity. And that was like a really, really, really chance situation because she has a friend who is Ethiopian. And she's like, yeah, I could tell by like some of your facial features. And I was like, wow, you know. But most people, like, bro, I've gotten more times than anything, I've gotten Dominican. I've gotten some type of a mixed, like Afro-Latino. Sometimes people say you're Jamaican. I'm like, how? What the fuck? You know, like no disrespect to Jamaicans at all, but it's like, how, man? But yeah, no one has ever really guessed that I'm Ethiopian except for like one person. But yeah, I've gotten Dominican more times than not, fam. And I remember there was this one time where I was hanging out with my Dominican friends and I had a certain haircut and and yeah, people thought that shit. Yeah, man. And then like certain things that they be teaching me that I'm not supposed to know, you know, like they just be like, yeah, I'll be certain, like just saying certain things and you know, maybe like a little, like what did I say one time? It didn't get me in trouble. It got me in like funny trouble, but I was like, you know, she's like, oh my God, like, are you Dominican? I'd be like, dímelo, mami, que lo que? And then you'd be like, oh God, because that's like a big turnoff for them. And you know, thankfully it was just like a joke. I said, listen, I'm not Dominican. They just told me to say this and like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, man. Oh, this whole time I thought you were a Dothraki. Listen, Don Otaku, man. Hey, listen, you never know. I could be. I got to do a 23andMe test. Happy for you, Neo. She's a lucky one for sure. I recently got ghosted by this girl I was dating for a couple months. Shaking my head. Wait, Kareem, you were dating somebody? Like actually dating relationship? And she ghosted you? Or were you like, you know, casually messing around and she ghosted you? Either way, bro, that's some fuckery. And yeah, honestly, it really goes to show you, man, like these days, it's hard to find good people. It is hard to find good people. Like these streets is toxic as fuck, man. Does she have a friend who can put me? Does she have a friend? Listen, I don't know. The secret to success, you guys, is you got to go to the gym. You got to have anime merch on your car. And you got to be funny. Like, that's just the 3 pillars to success. If you go to the gym, have anime merch on your car, and you're funny, you can make it work. Trust me, my guys. Trust me. I'm going to put together a whole mastermind class about this. Y'all a nice Dominican couple. I'm screaming. You know, since you can... Honestly, bro, like, if this ever does happen... Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen this shit on social media, but I started putting out some jokes like... Bro, I put out this photo of me and my boys, Havoc and Rhino, and, you know, they're Puerto Rican, okay? And then I just put up this post on Twitter, and I was just like, yeah, you know how we Puerto Ricans get down, and nobody corrected me. Nobody corrected me. That's a problem. Oh, shit. Shout out to the homie Rhino. He's in the chat right now watching with us. My man's plays Among Us. Yes, sir. Damn, they're Dominicans upstate, bro. Well, I mean, I'm not upstate, fam. Well, unless you're upstate, but... Like, bro, I live like 30 minutes outside of the city. It's not that crazy. Now, honestly, Kareem, it is what it is, brother. You got to keep that shit pushing. You know, like, my whole thing nowadays is like, if you really want to date someone, I'm talking like date relationship, you got to make your intentions clear, bro. Make your intentions clear. Like, I think this is how I stay out of trouble, you guys. I make my intentions clear, whether I want to date or whether I want to smash. It's one of the two things. That's what it is, you know? So... what happens is that a lot of people don't make their intentions clear. They go with the flow, and then they get some fuckery, and they don't want to hurt people's feelings. They don't want to talk about it, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, listen, I don't care about hurt feelings. I don't care about any of that stuff, bro. We gonna talk shit out. So I remember there were some situations where I'm talking to a girl. We've been going out on some few dates for like a month or so, and I just really wasn't feeling it. I just told her straight up, like, yo, listen, you know? And, you know, it does kind of suck because she was interested in me more than her. And I've had that happen to me before where I was more interested in a girl, and it backfired, but... it is what it is. That's life, man. You got to keep it pushing. The key to success is to date a lot of women at the same time. That's not a bad idea, Keaton Fitz, because number one, it keeps you fresh. It keeps you going. It keeps your mind sharp because you have to adapt to different situations, different types of women. And at the same time, you don't put all your eggs in one basket, you know? Like, that's literally what I'd been doing up until I started talking to this girl. You know, I'd gone out on a couple dates with like different women and none of them were really hitting. So I was like, whatever. But, you know, I'm kind of glad I still did it because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it sucks to go out on dates and you don't feel anything, but at least you did it so you know what you like and what you don't like. I'm convinced you're Dominican now. Listen to Penny, I ain't Dominican, bro. I just know enough shit to get me in trouble. Like, for example, like I told you, at my side job that I do, where, you know, I serve and bartend, sometimes, you know, like we have a lot of, you know, Spanish speaking people who come in and, you know, they'll be like, you know, it's just like when you're a server, right? And you're just telling people like, it's like people don't read the menu. So you sometimes have to read it to them. You know, it's just like, okay, you want this for your entree? What do you want for your sides? And they're like, oh, well, what are my sides? And I'm like, bro, you had 10 minutes to look at the menu. They're right there. And, you know, they're reading the menu and, you know, sometimes they'll have a translator to read it to somebody else. And then sometimes I just like to jump into the mix and just like speak out certain things, you know, like I'll in Spanish, I'll say like mashed potatoes, you know, papas fritas, French fries, you know, arroz con frijoles, like certain shit that I can say and I know. And then they start looking at me and they're like, oh, you speak Spanish? And they start speaking to me in Spanish like really fast. I'm just like, no. I know just enough to get me in trouble or get me lucky. It's one of the two things, my friends. But you gotta be funny. Well, fuck, I'm single forever. Flame, you gonna find somebody. I'm telling you, man. Florida's a place. You can find interesting people. Good old service Spanish. Exactly, Marcus. Exactly. You know, just enough. $5 super chat from Julian Phoenix. Have you been with a cougar? I'm trying to get one. Any tips? Yes, I have been. And as far as tips, honestly, you don't go to them. They come to you, bro. Like, you think you running the game, they running the game on you, bro. Like, I'm just being real about life for a second. That's how shit works. Because they make time for you, not the other way around. Right? That's literally what it is. Can't wait to immerse myself in Pandora and get wet. Hey, yo. Yeah, man. Avatar, The Way of Water comes out this week. It really sucks because this is so weird. I never thought I'd be excited to watch an Avatar movie, but I'm not going to be able to see this movie realistically until next week. because this Thursday I'm going to a friend's wedding. We're going to be there all day. And then Friday is back to work. Saturday's work. Sunday's work. And then Monday I'm off. But Monday's like my day to get all the errands and shit done. And that's like a 3-hour movie with credits. No, with previews that's 3.5 hours. Bro, I'm about to be in that theater for 4 hours. Yo. I don't think I can see it Monday. Tuesday night, we got to ask Neo. I might have to wait until next Wednesday to watch Avatar, guys. Shit. What's your Twitter? It's in my the link down below. It's NeoGameSpark up to 1. You've been ignoring me. I've been subscribed for 5 years. I'm not ignoring you, bro. Well, up to 1, brother, no disrespect, but if you've been subscribed for 5 years, then you would know my Twitter, bro. Come on, fam. What you doing? $4.99 from Zack Rodriguez. Neo, which Persona games has she played, and does she have any favorite characters? You gotta get out of your room and meet. Wait, what? Which Persona games has she played, and does she have any favorite characters? You gotta get out of your room and meet the gym girls. That's how I met her. I got out of my room. I'm always out of my room. Listen, just because I stream once a week with y'all in this room, don't I'm out of my room. But yeah, or unless you're saying in general, like you gotta get out of your room. Like as a rule of thumb for people. But yeah, so as far as Persona games she's played, ironically, and this is the weirdest thing, you guys, because we met because she knew my bumper sticker was Persona, but she has not played Persona 5. And I was like, what? And I was like, what Persona games have you played? And she said, I played Persona 3. And I was like, the fuck? Like, I thought this whole time she had played Persona 5, but she knew just because Persona 5 is so huge that like, oh yeah, this is from Persona 5 and everyone knows that special attack thing. So she played Persona 3, which that was a very interesting conversation because you guys know how I feel about Persona 3 and that ending. That thing destroyed me. Holy fuck. But yeah, so she hasn't played Persona 5, which I'm trying to get her to do right now. You know, it's a very big commitment to engage Persona 5 because that thing is 120 hours. So this man said go to Walmart and kiss me. Hey, yo, this man said go to Walmart. Listen, if Flame goes to Walmart, he's definitely going to meet something. I don't know if it's going to be to his liking. But this man said kiss me. Have fun at the wedding, bro. Oh, thank you, Maddie. You know what's funny? The wedding that I'm going to on Thursday is actually somebody who I got cool with on YouTube like back in 2009. Isn't that crazy? Like, holy fuck, man. This is someone who I grew up talking about Dragon Ball with. And here we are 14 years later, I'm going to his wedding. Like, that is just so sick, dude. Like, oh my God. Nah, my Twitter account is down below, bro. What you talking about? Okay, so let's see. What does Neo use for YouTube editing? I'm very basic, man. Like, my go-to is Sony Vegas. Every now and then I'll mess with, like, Adobe Premiere. But it's Sony Vegas, just because that's what I've known my whole life. It's just easy for me to edit in Sony Vegas. Don't try to make Florida into a good thing. I wasn't. I said it's just a thing. Yeah, you see, Keaton Fitz, you see, we on the same wavelength, my brother. We've been knowing this shit. Oh, good topics tonight. Good topics tonight, guys. Did we cover Spider-Verse yet? Yeah, we talked about Spider-Verse like at the beginning of the stream, Rory. Not in academia yet, but going to try to date other teachers. Ooh, Grimdark, let me know how that goes, man. Like, for me, the past couple of years, the women I've dated, like, it's been all over the place, man. I've dated women in the restaurant industry. I've dated women in corporate management. You know, the girl I'm talking to is a nurse. You know, the women who I'd been on dates with before, some of them were teachers. Some of them were also nurses. So it's kind of all over the place. I don't think I would ever date a lawyer, though. I feel like dating a lawyer and also dating like a psychiatrist, we try to like overanalyze every single thing I say. And I'm like, it's not that deep. It's not that serious, bro. Get the IGN girl from the Game Awards. She was bad, as for real. Yeah, she was bad, bro. She was definitely bad. How Neo found his girl. He woke up, and got out there. Hey, those are bars, bro. But we'll have to see. We'll see how far this goes. Like I said, everything is going good, knock on wood, but you never know. Some shit might happen. Some shit might go left. Man's got a Dominican nurse grab the needles. Hey, yo. Oh. Did you check on Havoc? No, I didn't check on Havoc. Is he having a panic attack in the group chat? Let me see what's happening in the group chat. He said, yo, so my man Havoc is so pissed off at Xbox for not having a show, like any type of showing at the Game Awards. So he's been cursing them out at least once a day in the group chat. And he's just like, what's it called? Like, you know, every now and then we like to joke on certain things and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yo, Xbox is on some bullshit. And I said, but sir, High on Life launched today. And he said, yeah, that's exactly what Xbox is. High on Life, man. I'm fucking done. I'm surprised they didn't come up with that sooner. Yo, man, say Xbox is high on life. Depends on the lawyer, right? What if they're a CPA? True. Florida is certainly one of the states ever made. Yo, that's a fact. Just like Forspoken is one of those video games, guys. Appreciate it, Up21. Yeah, I told you my Twitter account was there, bro. Yeah. Deal with every potential relationship with the 80-20 rule. 80% in and 20% to the streets. Hey. What advice would Neo give for a future YouTuber? Honestly, the best piece of advice, and I always give this, and it's timely advice. It doesn't matter what year I'm giving it, whether it's 2010 or 2020. My best piece of advice is you got to do this shit because you want to do this shit. Because there's going to be a lot of setbacks and obstacles that come with being a YouTuber and being a content creator. Being a creative in general. But if you love something bad enough, then all this shit isn't really going to feel like work, you know? So whatever you're talking about, whether you want to be a video game reviewer, whether you want to be a commentator, whether you want to be, I don't know, a financial advisor, whether you want to be an accountant that breaks things down for people in simple, digestible videos, whatever it is, you've got to love it. And realize that this is something that you improve with over time. It's not something that you come on the scene and make the best possible video. You kind of have to put out content to realize that, okay, I need to find better ways to better my content, right? Realize that you are going to be your own worst critic at the end of the day. You are going to absolutely detest and despise the sound of your voice. You're going to think you're the cringiest person. You're going to think all these terrible things about yourself. But the funny thing is, there's going to be tons of people that love you for you. And sometimes you just might gain an incredible following and do streams on Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. where we talk about relationships and shit like that. And you got to realize that if you're 100% genuine, then you will find people who will watch your content. And those genuine people will put their other genuine people onto your stuff. If you just remain genuine and humble and dedicated to the craft and do this stuff because you want to do it, then you're going to find your version of success. It might not be the most subscribed channel on YouTube, but there's so many different metrics and ways for success. Like, in my case, like what I gained from YouTube, obviously, like, you know, making money is cool. You know, having subscribers is cool. But what I've gained is just so much perspective and growth and development for me as a person. It's gotten me out of my shell. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but like growing up, I was a very, very shy kid, man. Very shy kid. I could not hold eye contact. I would always look down when I was walking. And just being in front of a camera, even though I didn't have an audience, there was an audience there, and it just taught me to speak up and like hone the art of speaking and work on my craft throughout the past 14 years. And it's been amazing from it. You know, like there's so much stuff that you gain from YouTube that you don't really, that you guys might see, but there's a lot of stuff that y'all don't see. And it's just, honest to God, doing all this stuff has made me such a better person. It really has. And meeting a lot of you guys and just breaking bread and forming these relationships, these social links, these confidants, whatever you want to call it, it's just introduced me to like a different world of people and individuals. And it's just honestly awesome, man. It's honestly awesome. I love how people are still talking about Florida in the chat. This is amazing. Shout out to the CPAs. That's right. We got $4.99 coming in from the Sensu Bean plug. Did you hear about that My Hero live action Netflix film? I'm sick of this crap. Stop with the live action remakes. Hey, man, listen. Them shits ain't gonna stop. If there is a will and a way for a company to capitalize off something popular, ooh, my brother, rest assured they will. You know, it's funny because I remember they were talking about a My Hero something for the longest time, but you know, these things take a while to get off the ground. So yeah, with Netflix having the rights now, I think it's very possible that this probably does happen. But to the same degree, Netflix has had the rights to do like a live action Gundam movie for a while. And a lot of this stuff, more often than not, it really doesn't materialize. Like I remember, what's going on with that live action Metal Gear Solid movie? Jordan Roberts, I think the guy who did Kong Skull Island. What is happening there? Like they cast Oscar Isaac as Solid Snake like what, 4 years ago? What's happening there? Like, is this movie ever getting made? Like, I don't understand that shit, bro. So it's one of those things where if it comes out and it's terrible, it's terrible. We keep it pushing. We still have the OG stuff. But if it comes out and is really good, it's like, good job, Netflix. But we'll see. We'll see. And I just found a rubber band. I don't know where it came from, but ow! Fuck, bro. Jesus. See, that's what happens when I try to give live action shit a chance. But if it comes out and it's good, you know, it's good. You also got gains too. Yeah, you know, just a couple of things. A couple of things you gain. Thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy? Heard today the previous gen versions got delayed. Yeah, I'm very much so looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy. It's one of my most anticipated games from last year. The jury is still out exactly like how good the game will be, but everything I've seen so far, it's looking like, okay, this is the Harry Potter RPG of my dreams. Story-wise, I have no idea what is gonna happen in here because they really haven't shown too much. But you know, for me, if you give me like a Hogwarts sandbox game and you do all the Hogwarts shit correctly, I'm on board. The fact that the last gen versions got delayed, it kind of makes me a little nervous as far as the development for those systems. But I think that that's the right move as opposed to, you know, them trying to force out something that's not ready. That's honestly what Cyberpunk should have been. First off, Cyberpunk should have gotten delayed another year and a half. But if you were to launch a version of it, they should have delayed it 6 months for the next gen versions, and then the last gen ones probably a solid year to get a somewhat coherent version, if possible. I don't know why they tried to launch it on the older systems, other than the fact that they had to. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad it comes out in February. They didn't delay those. The Switch version, I think, comes out the latest. That's like July. I don't know how that thing is going to get up and running, but we'll see. $5 coming in for Walt Lando. Appreciate the gym and eating tips. We talked on Twitter, Neo. Also, I'm Puerto Rican and live in Florida, and to be honest, I'm chilling. People exaggerate. Yo, everyone in this chat just started to talk about Florida. Florida is now the topic of conversation for Ask Neo. It's nothing else we're talking about. It's literally just this shit. Holy fuck, bro. I'm looking at this one comment from this Aaron dude. So because Florida is not woke, it sucks. Who said that? You see, this is exactly the problem with some people who are like, you say a passing joke and someone comes here and says, oh, it's because it's not woke or whatever. It's like, who the fuck even says this shit, bro? Like, bro, we're making memes about Florida. And I don't even understand that shit. I don't know. I don't get it. Give Walt a wrench. He good. Yeah, Walt is cool people. Walt is cool people. You know what, Walt? You get a wrench. You get a wrench, my friend. And you're going to need that because you live in Florida. You never know what's going to be in those murky waters. It might be the woke liberals. Who knows? How's your cat been? Oh, man. Bryce, I got some bad news about the cat. Nothing's wrong with the cat. But unfortunately, so that cat didn't belong to our family. That cat was co-parented with my brother and his roommate at the time last year when he lived at this one apartment, and he moved out of that apartment, but unfortunately her name was on the cat. Well, her name was on the cat, but she's the one who took care of the cat in terms of like all the other important shit that my brother didn't do. Like they both took care of the cat, but she was the one who had like the name on it, I guess. So she took the cat when she ended up moving, I think, back to Jersey or something. So I have not been able to see my little nephew in well over a year, and it makes me so sad, man. I hope little nephew is doing well. Yeah, the Rurouni Kenshin live action movies were really good, but like those are outliers. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the time, that shit is garbanzo beans. Seeing real. Oh god. This man says God. The duality of Jason right now. He says, "Yeah, man, being introduced to you was one of the best things to happen to me," and I'm like, "Aw." And then he says, God bless CN Real. Okay. I don't know about all that. Oh, that's what he meant because the Cartoon Network rant. That's what you mean, Jason. I think that's what you mean. If so, yes. Shout out to the Cartoon Network rant, which we still got to react to. I'm thinking, okay, so let's see. I don't... Bro, no. I got what you mean, Jason. I got what you meant. Okay, so I am thinking, I'm gonna wait until this sinus pressure thing goes away for us to do the drunk live stream. So how about the 27th? You guys want to do something like that week, like after Christmas? We can have a live stream where we look back on a lot of the OG Neo videos because I want to do it before the end of the year. I definitely want to do it before the end of the year. I originally wanted to do it. Ooh, I was saying let's do it on Christmas because, you know, after we exchange gifts on Christmas and shit and we do stuff, you know, we ain't doing shit, but I'll let you guys be with your families. But I'm thinking we do that shit on the 27th. I'm thinking the 27th, we have we could do 2 streams. We could do Ask Neo and we could do that stream. But no, that's a lot of streaming for one night. Unless we do 2 streams that week. We could do Ask Neo on the 27th and then maybe the 29th we do the drunk stream. I don't know. What do you guys think? Now he says, nah, do it on Christmas. Do it. We could do it on Christmas. What do you guys think? Would you want it done on Christmas evening? Not Christmas Eve, but Christmas evening? Or sometime throughout that week? Because I still want to make sure I do that Ask Neo. So in the meantime, while you guys do that, $5 from Nostalgia Trip. Thank you, bro. Did you hear that Rurouni Kenshin is getting the Brotherhood remake treatment? I did. I was actually just talking about this to my sister yesterday. And I'm excited, man. I am excited. If that shit is on point, just like Brotherhood was, except, you know what it is? We got to start talking about shit like the Fruits Basket treatment. I don't know if you guys watched the 2019 Fruits Basket anime, but that shit was amazing. Brotherhood is awesome, but the first... They really skipped a lot of the early stuff, you know, because they assumed everyone had seen it. But Fruits Basket 2019, that shit starts in the beginning, and that shit goes, man. But either way, man, I'm excited. Oh, we got Gian-Gian. We got Gian-Gian, the motherfucking Don in the chat. What's up, bro? I'm off both Christmas Day and the next day, so either or, I'm trying to get drunk. Yes, sir. Dude, this man Bob was up, I think, on a Sunday, drinking from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. He was drinking, I think, coffee and Fireball and ginger ale and all that crazy shit. Shit was fire. Fruits Basket, never heard of it. Is it gas? All right. Fruits Basket, I just gotta let y'all know, it is a shoujo show. So it's got a lot of good-looking guys. It's got some stuff that appeals to girls, but the looks are very deceiving. Fruits Basket is a story about trauma. It is a story about generational family trauma. And it is one of the best and well-written series that I have ever watched. It is so good. It is so fucking good. Don't judge a book by its cover. You might think, oh, you know, cutesy girl and, you know, good-looking guys and forced romances and blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, bro. It gets messy. Hey, okay. Oh, Gian playing at Doom Eternal. That's what's up, bro. So it's Made in the Abyss. I gotta go ahead and I gotta check that shit out. Fruits Basket is fire. Look, some people have seen it. Bryce says, I'll definitely be there, but I won't be drinking. I gave up drinking for 1 year, and that ends January 1st. Aw. Okay, but you know what? That's good, though. That's good, though, man. You know, you set a goal for yourself, and you achieved it. That was kind of I didn't set a goal for myself, but I stopped smoking weed last year on Christmas Eve. Because around that time I started to get COVID. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to stop smoking weed too. I just want to clear my body of all this stuff. And I went, I think, about 12 months without smoking weed or without having an edible. And, you know, I broke my streak back in November when me and my siblings were watching a movie. And it was cool, but even then, I'm just I only really smoke once a week now, if that. I was never addicted to it, thankfully, but it's one of those things where I was like, wow, you know, I went a solid year without doing this. So we lighten up on Christmas Day. Oh, absolutely. We getting some edibles. Yeah, absolutely. Wish Berserker got that Brotherhood treatment. You see, but that's the thing. Wee Man. There are three constants in life: death, taxes. Well, actually, no, there's four constants in life: death, taxes, Flame having shit taste in JRPGs that aren't Persona, and Berserk just never getting a proper anime adaptation. Like, I don't know why we can never have that, but it is what it is. Oh, Coquito? Okay, I see you, bro. Yo, you wild. Yo, Tommy said weed is weak. Do meth instead. That's what my town does. Whoa. I don't know what y'all doing over there in, where you stay at now? Menominee, Wisconsin? Jesus. Neo, that Bull Train Steelbooks is clean saucy. You seen it? Yo, I seen it, Wall, but that they charging like $45 for that joint. And listen, I love Steelbooks as much as the next guy, but I pay like $35 for my Steelbooks. Why is that shit like $42, $43? That's crazy. Flame, I have not picked on you all stream. Admit it. Give me this one thing. Cheech and Chong is only funny when high. That's the point. Yep, that is exactly the point. Yeah, so feel free, if you guys had any like life questions that you were asking, feel free to ask them again, because I know, you know, like we were talking about a lot of shit, but feel free, like I saw there were some relationship questions, some other shit. Feel free to ask it again. Working on the Christmas package for you. Oh, yes, sir. I appreciate it, Rhino. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, Witcher 3 next gen patch comes out in a few hours, you guys. Can't do it. I can't play it. Even though I want to, I cannot. Okay. I might just turn it on just to see how, you know what? I might play an hour just to test it so I have something to talk about. You know what? I might as well just do another playthrough. Fuck it. Like, fuck the last 5-10 hours of God of War and Crisis Core. It's like The Witcher 3, baby. Witcher 3, man. Nah, man, but spent my playing time on this stream. I appreciate you, bro. But you know what? You could do both, bro. You could do both. All right, listen, guys, I'm going to do something I normally don't do, but I need y'all's help with this shit. Will y'all help me cyberbully somebody? Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy. Like, Neo, what are you talking about cyberbully? But listen, I have this friend in my life, real good friend. This is my fucking brother, man. Like, I love this dude. But he has not finished the campaign for Halo Infinite. And when I tell you he hasn't finished the campaign of Halo Infinite, it is terrible. Because he is literally on the last boss. He hasn't finished the game, right? And it's not like a Neo where Neo is just like, yo, fuck Tales of Arise's ending. It's not like that. But like, he just hasn't finished it. And I'm just like, fam, you got to go ahead and finish that shit. And he's just like, yo, man, I got to finish it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn, son, the game came out a year ago. You ain't finished the final boss? And he's just like, oh, man, I haven't done that. And I think it's got to the point, man. It's got to the point where I think we might have to co-op that thing with him to help him beat it. Like, we got to beat it together, pause. Because that's what it's looking like. You know, what's gonna happen first? I finish the final boss in Tales of Arise, or my friend who will not be named, but he might be in the stream right now, finishing Halo Infinite. I have no idea. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that shit? Final boss, man. Finish Tales, man. Look at J-World. J-World just came out of the woodwork. I ain't seen you all stream, and you come to man. Listen, but I'll finish that final fight in Tales of Rise. For this man finishes that final fight in Halo, I'll tell you what. But that's just what I was saying, man. It might be a hypothetical situation. He may or may not be in the stream. I don't know, but he might be. Bitch, he might be. Okay, Don Otaku doing Witcher slander as usual. Well, yeah, I'm about to send him to the block party as usual. $5 coming in from Bocce. Rank these states in the order of which you would move to: Minnesota, Florida, North Carolina, Utah, California, Colorado. Ooh, that's okay. I would definitely say, oh, wow. Okay, so if I wanted something that's not too much of a culture change, like a culture shock for me, California would be at the top of the list. I would move there, probably, maybe check out the Bay Area. Probably not live in Los Angeles. I'm good with that. San Diego. I've been to San Diego a few times. I really like it over there. So if I wanted to like still live within the similar like New York, East Coast, West Coast mindset, I'd probably move to California. Out of all those places though, I'd want to live in Colorado. Colorado is just such a beautiful state to me. And it's just one of the things where I'm just like, wow, that'd be like a beautiful, nice place to settle down, you know? Florida is like a safe fallback. You know what I'm saying? Like Flame is in that state, I can hang out with Flame. We can do streams together. We can have fun. See, Flame, not everything is an attack on you. Attack on Flame 2023. Minnesota, I got no real opinion on outside of the Vikings. I'm not really a fan of the Vikings. So I don't know if I want to move there. I don't like the cut of their jib. North Carolina, I feel like we'd pretty chill. I know a lot of my subscribers are from the Carolinas, man. So that could be a nice place too to settle down. Utah, I have no opinion on whatsoever. I don't know, man. This place is weird. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'm saying like a hypothetical situation, nostalgia trip, where if like money wasn't an issue. Like if I could live really comfortably in all those places at whatever wage, I would do that. Come to North Carolina. Hey, I might have to, man. We might have to go out there and hit the town, bro. And one thing I will say though, like finding all the different food spots in all those places, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Come to Charlotte, North Carolina. See, look, we got a couple people in North Carolina. Minnesota got the Mall of America though. Well, I'll go visit a mall. All right, let's see. Hold on. I think you should get One Piece Odyssey. I don't know about that, Chief. I'll leave that for all the big anime fans. For someone who has tried to play The Witcher 3 times, this will be my final attempt with the update. I always stop after the quest for the dead baby and the Baron. It has everything I want in an RPG. I mean, here's the thing, bro. Sometimes it is a case of a game not clicking with you at the time. Like that was definitely me with Breath of the Wild. And then other times it's just some games don't really work for you. And that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to force somebody to love The Witcher because I love The Witcher. Like Broken Games HD, for example, he hates Persona. He cannot stand it because of the whole school simulation aspect. And I understand that too. You know, it is a part of the experience, whether you like it or not. But yeah, there's just some games that could be objectively great and amazing that are not made for some people. And that's fine, man. That's fine. Oh, we got a lot of people in Kansas City too. Damn, y'all are all neighbors. What is going on tonight? Oh shit. You see, I'm gonna start taking, I really gotta start taking more trips next year, man. I could do like a different subscriber meetup in every city and we can all have great food together. Yeah, Tommy V, I don't know, that new Zach, man, I can't give him a chance. I gave him a whole 5 minutes and I was like, nah, I gotta switch this. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jahid, I'd say give it one more shot, but if it don't hit, it don't hit, and that's fine, bro. Tennessee, okay. He says, how can you hate Persona? You know what it is? Because a lot of people don't like the school simulation aspect with a lot of reading and a lot of dialogue and, you know, for them, the pacing is very important, and Persona doesn't give you the traditional amount of freedom that you would get in, let's say, like a Western RPG or other JRPGs as well. But I think that's also what makes Persona really special because you're playing through it on a year-to-year basis, like on a calendar year, a school year. Come to Houston, King. Hey, Cutter Freeman, what's up? How you doing? You saying people don't like to read? Well, listen, Walt. All I'm saying is Hooked on Phonics didn't seem to work for BG, so maybe. Because you know how BG be reading. That's my boy, though. I love BG. Now, the day when BG becomes a father is going to be the most interesting thing in the world. You going to play the new Final Fantasy PSP remake? Yeah, I have it downloaded. I'm about like an hour and a half in. After the stream, I'm going to put a little bit more time. But that's the thing, like, I kind of want to finish up God of War. Because I have like about like 5 to 10 hours of meat left. Well, it's like, I looked at it from like a mission structure. I've got like about like 5 to 10 hours of story. But there's a lot of side quests I want to do. So, I already know that's going to take up a lot of my time. And I think I just have to buckle down and finish God of War before I continue in Crisis Core. You know? Or if I get pissed off in Crisis Core, I'm just like, all right. No, if I get pissed off in God of War, I'm like, all right, switch. Hey, listen, like, yo, we out next year. We taking trips. Yeah, there was that ESRB listing for the Pixel remasters. Apparently they are coming to consoles. Well, at least PlayStation 4 and Switch, which is gonna be awesome. But you know, I got that shit on PC with the Steam Deck. So we good, bro. Don't come to Myrtle Beach. I'm dead. When are you planning to get your own place? Next year is the goal. I was originally going to, like, I was saving up money to buy a place back in 2020, but then COVID hit. And so I was like, ah, shit. And then, you know, stuff happens in life. You use that money, you pay off different things. But yeah, next year it's looking likely. I've really been looking into a lot of different spots. But like, that's the thing, because I've gotten like questions from people. It's like, oh, you know, like there's like opportunities for you to go and do this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's one of those situations where everything is just so chill in the environment that I am living in right now with the people and the synergy and all the stuff that we're doing, that it's not like I'm like forced to move out of that. Like, I'm still doing what I got to do. I'm still like, everything is still going according to plan on my trajectory. But there's like the things that have happened in life that have been like, well, shit, that sucks. And then also trying to find a place like living up here in New York is much more difficult than like down south too. But if I were to move, I'd probably end up moving, honestly, like the way it's looking, like as far as like rent is concerned, probably to Jersey or Connecticut, honestly. Because, yeah, moving into the city is fucking ridiculously expensive for what you get. You know, you need multiple roommates and shit like that. But there were some spots I was looking at in Jersey, some spots in Connecticut, and I'm like, it's doable, you know? Come to Houston. I might move down south. Shit, I might transfer my job, you know? If I can get, like, a good idea of where I'd want to move and I could transfer my job, that would be crazy. But yeah, down south, originally, I actually was going to think about transferring my job down to like the Dallas area back in 2019. You know, I was honest to God thinking about that because they had openings. And the thing is, it took like a solid, 6 to 8 months for some of that stuff to open back up. So it's been like, you know. The South is where it's at, King. Yeah, I've been told that, bro. And every single time I go down south, it's always a good experience. I mean, outside of like certain aspects, but it's always been good. Anywhere but Dallas, though. Austin, Texas. Yeah, I heard Austin, Texas is like a good place to move if you've grown up in like the New York, California type of lifestyle. Dallas is crazy huge, though. Is Persona 5 Royal worth it if I didn't finish the original? I stopped halfway through the final act and life got in the way. I would definitely say so. There's a lot more content in Persona 5 Royal, a lot of new characters, a whole different semester, a lot of quality of life improvements. And if it's been a while since you've played Persona 5, I would definitely say start a new playthrough, absorb yourself in all that stuff, and have fun with it. Been playing A Plague Tale Requiem, and I love it. I need to finish that one up, too. It just came out, like, around the time of, I was playing it for a bit, and then God of War came out. Dallas is the Florida of Texas. Oh, Jesus. That's the first time I ever heard of that shit. $5 from Nostalgia Ship. My friend asked me what do I want for my birthday. Persona 3, 4, 5 Dancing OST on vinyl or Persona 5 Royal on vinyl. Which should I get? Honestly, I think what it comes down to is which music do you prefer listening to more? I'm going to keep it a stack. I love the remixes of the dance music, but they're more like remixes than anything else. The remixes of already really good stuff. And they are geared more towards something you could dance along to. The Persona 5 Royal soundtrack I would love to own on vinyl. I originally pre-ordered that, but then they canceled everyone's pre-order on Amazon. And you had to buy it from like whatever the site was. I'm 8-bit, I'm not sure. But I would definitely get Persona 5 Royal soundtrack on vinyl. So good. So good. Ever thought of moving to a very, very small town? A very small town? I think that would be very interesting because I'm not the type of person where I need a lot of stuff to keep me occupied. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a homebody in a lot of respects. I do like going out, but provided it's got like decent shit happening, or if I'm near a big enough city, sure, maybe. But I don't know. I think like in my heart, I would definitely still want to be around or have access to like a big city where there's a lot of activities and events and things like that. The most disturbing thing about a lot of the South's education system involves teaching the dangerous, lost cause propaganda about the Confederacy. Yeah, that, I mean, when you start looking into a lot of the things about how they're trying to like rewrite certain aspects of history down there and really whitewashing stuff, that's what concerns me as someone who, if I were to settle down there and raise kids, I'd be worried that, okay, are you guys actually teaching them the truth about American history, or are you just teaching them what's selective because you don't want to hurt people's feelings? You know what I'm saying? Because history is very messy. It's extremely messy, and the fact that people want to like limit that is very scary. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Nicholas Bloom, what's up, bro? Oh, snap, Guzman, I can't wait to see that shit, bro. You gotta do a couple of videos on that stuff, bro. Fun fact, Tyler Hoechlin, who plays Sephiroth, and he also plays Superman on the CW shows, he lived in your hometown back then, Corona, California. That's crazy, man. Denzel Washington lived in the next town over from me, which is insane to think about. Denzel Washington, my friends. Do you think it's important to have common interests when in a relationship? So yeah, I got this question asked a lot. You know, should you and your significant other have the same interests? I don't necessarily think that you need to be obsessed with all the same things, because I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't need someone to like every single thing that I do. Now, is it fun if like we're both gamers and we can watch anime and we share certain passions? Sure. But to the same degree, like, you gotta have respect for each other's things. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, if I had a girl and she was all about, you know, home decor or all about makeup or all about things that make her happy, if she's genuinely happy and we're happy in the relationship, then sure. But I do think that on some level you have to have, there's got to be a little bit of give when it comes to like doing certain hobbies together. So like, let's say for example, like me, you guys know I love going to the movies. I go to the movie theaters at least once a week. Also, for someone who was watching, they asked, what did I think about Violent Night? I loved Violent Night. It was just such a corny, cheesy, ridiculously violent take on a Christmas story, and it was just awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch Violent Night. It's got David Harbour from Stranger Things. But yeah, in the situation where, you know, you're with somebody, like, I'm a real, I can't be involved with somebody who doesn't at least take an interest in what I'm doing. You don't have to necessarily understand it, but you got to be like, oh, okay, I like that he does that and I support him in that. So I love going to movies. If my girl does not like going to movies and shit like that, that would be very disappointing for me, because that's something I like to do. Likewise, if, let's say, for example, she was really big into, I don't know, hiking, and she wanted to go out on a hike with me at least a couple times a year, I would definitely do that too. But it's not, you don't need to do exactly the same things. It helps to have an understanding of those things, but provided there's just respect for one another, I think that's what matters more than anything. Down Otaku says, me and my girl like the same things, but in different ways. I produce music, and she plays violin and likes to compose. I like video games, but she's more casual and plays League and Minecraft. Yeah, you see, like, shit like that. You're still nerds. You're involved in the same realm, but you do different things. And I'm sure you can vibe on more than just your mutual interests. You know what I'm saying? But that's really cool. Oh, yeah, I forgot you do produce music. Huh. I don't know. Maybe Don Otaku might have to compose me some theme music. Let's see what that shit is. Oh, Julian Harris. What did he say? Hold on. Well, I just lost the comment. What's up, bro? Just got home from work and from a drama-filled day. To come home and just unwind with y'all is awesome, and I appreciate you doing these streams. Oh, that's, man. Well, Julian Harris, my guy, I hope the rest of your evening is not filled with drama. And yeah, you know, like, that's one thing I love about doing these streams. Like, whatever type of day that we had, or, you know, shit like that, we can just come here, we can unwind, we can have some fun, we can roast each other. And I'm surprised no one's really roasted me tonight, so it's a very, very, very good thing. I'm proud of you guys. I feel very very proud of the growth in the group chat. Did you see the menu? I didn't, bro. Like, the past couple weeks have just been so, like, I don't know what it is. I feel like Wednesday nights are the nights for me to go see movies. Because, you know, Tuesday nights is As Neo. Monday nights are Aaron nights. Wednesday nights are movies. Thursday nights, I'm usually watching anime with my sister. And then Friday evenings, I work on my other job. So it's like, So, yeah, I do want to see it, though. I gotta see it. Gotta see it, bro. I heard Violent Night is like an R-rated Home Alone movie. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. In fact, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's definitely got a lot more in common with Home Alone and movies like Die Hard. Like, it's got a lot of that stuff. We got $10 super chat coming in from Obito. Oh, how'd you get off from under the rock, bro? That's crazy. Yo, Neo, greetings from Florida. I used to watch your videos years ago when you were new on here a few months ago. I had randomly thought of ya. I'm glad you're doing well and still doing YouTube, dude. Oh, thank you, Obito. I appreciate that, my guy. Thank you so much. Yeah, like, everything is all the nostalgia tonight. We getting a lot of the OG commenters coming through. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. Oh, man. Thank you so much, bro. We got 199 coming in from Zack Rodriguez. Neo, should I check out Mass Effect Legendary Edition? Excuse me? Do you know who you're talking to right now? Like, do you know who you're talking to right now? Should you check out Mass Effect Legendary Edition? My brother Zack Rodriguez in Christ. Just like I preach the gospel of Persona, Mass Effect is another franchise that if you have not checked it out, holy hell, what are y'all doing? There's literally no other gaming franchise like Mass Effect. There is no franchise that is as well written as Mass Effect, especially on the scale of a AAA production. Such amazing dynamics with the characters, great story, great narrative, great combat. Like, the Mass Effect games are amazing, man. Well, there's only 3 Mass Effect games that exist, unfortunately. The last game came out in 2012. There hasn't been a game ever since. You know, they tried to do something in 2017, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think that game actually exists. But yeah, Mass Effect is awesome. Don Otaku, don't you? I'm about to say, bro, like you getting a bit too raunchy for one night. But yeah, I love Mass Effect, bro. Glad to see you're still streaming. Yeah, we still here. We've been going for 2 hours. Damn. I said this stream might be short. I said it might be short, but we'll go for another 25 minutes, guys. 25 minutes, and then we are done for the night. Yeah, the whale, I wanted to see it, but it's not really playing anywhere near me, so I gotta, like, head into the city to check it out. Trails or Ease? Well, I've beaten more Ease games than I have Trails games. Please, nobody bring Black Bond into this chat, please, because he'll be like, oh, that's not legendary. But yeah, I really love Ease. But if I had to say, like, what is probably, like, the better overall franchise in terms of game output, I would say the Trail series, just based off the story in all those games. From what I've been told and been bullied by a certain dude who keeps getting banned off of Twitter for a reason. But yeah, the Ease games are really cool. Like, I played Ease Origin, Ease 1 and 2, Ease 8, Ease on the Vita, what was that, Oath and Falcon, I believe. Yeah, these games are cool. Only thing I fault Mass Effect is Paragon and Renegade is binary morality. Yeah, there's really no gray aspect to the choices in Mass Effect. I mean, there's some in the dialogue, but not in the real weighty decisions. That is something I really hope they do improve upon in the next Mass Effect game. If you did add more of that gray morality where it's like, well, it's not 100% good, it's not 100% evil, it's just kind of in the middle, because that's a lot of things in life. Yeah, the Ease combat is awesome, dude. But I really like the Trails combat too, you know, from the 2 games I have experience in. Yeah, see, Jahid knows. That's why he's the chosen one. He's like, Mass Effect Legendary Edition is lit. I'm telling you. Do you think it's important to play the classic God of War games before jumping into 2018 and Ragnarok? I'm gonna be real. Especially after what I've played in Ragnarok. A lot of the stuff in Ragnarok, and the reason why it hits so heavy is because if you grew up playing Kratos' story and knowing the character who he was before and who he is now, like, I feel like it's very paramount. Now, it doesn't really have... Okay, it's not like one of those things where you have to play every game to fully understand the context of the story, but to know who he is as a person, like, even down to, like, the song that they made for the God of War Ragnarok game by Hosier, like, that's a story about Kratos' life, bro. So, I would say just for the emotional weight, play those older games, not for the story significance, like, oh, all these characters are going to show up and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that, but it's just, you appreciate a lot more of who he is. But at the same time, it's like one of those situations where I'm sure there's some people out there who played it without playing the previous games, and it still hit very hard for them. You know, there's a lot of people, like, it relates to people in different ways, I guess. $2 super chat coming in from JFam388. Are you working on Christmas Eve / Christmas Day? No. So I think I'm working Christmas Eve, but not Christmas Day. And I think Christmas Eve I'm only working for a few hours. But Christmas Day, I'm going to be off. So just going to spend that time with family, relax. Would a Mass Effect anime be gas? Well, they did do that Mass Effect anime film a while ago, a long time ago. And I think Netflix is doing something with Mass Effect. I don't know. How do you like Crisis Core so far? I might hold closer to part 2. So, like I said, I'm only an hour and a half into the game. And, okay, so it... All right, so here's the thing. The gameplay itself, I really like how they've refined a couple things. It plays much better by comparison to the PSP title. I mean, you're still inherently playing a PSP game, so still things are going to feel like a little dated in some respects. You know, it's not as fluid as the Final Fantasy VII Remake for obvious reasons. But it plays decently enough. It's good. I don't have really issues with that. Again, because like I said, it is a PSP game. The biggest issues I have is with the overall presentation of it. I understand that this is more or less a fancy rebuild of the PSP game. They did go back and, you know, like the character models look a lot better in some respects, but then in some situations, some character models look really wonky. Like the first time you see Sephiroth in this game, it looks really bad. But then other scenes look really good. It's just kind of all over the place from a presentation standpoint. The cutscenes, oh my god, wow. Okay, yeah. I don't want to say that they're like up-resed from the PSP game, but they are not no native resolution, bro. You definitely, you watch those cutscenes and you could tell like, oh, there's some artifacting going on. It does not, oh, brother. Yeah, it's yeah. So presentation wise, it is honestly not the best. But I'm enjoying it from the gameplay point of view because Crisis Core is a very good game. Do you remember an RPG called Arc the Lad? I do. What's up, NKDN? How you doing? Good hanging with you too. Zack Rodriguez, you out for the night, bro? All right, take it easy, my man. Definitely drink your water, man. Is this game canon to the Final Fantasy VII Remake? So, like I said, I have not played the game to the point to see if they make any changes, but I assume that this is just a remake in that sense. Like, it's not going to do anything crazy. Like, it's so weird. I say it's a remake. It's not going to do anything crazy, but this is just more of a high-def version versus the 7 remake, which was fundamentally different in a lot of respects. So I think it's going to keep the story the same, but who knows? We'll see. But I don't think they're going to change anything. Yeah, dude, I would love to play the old God of War games on the new consoles. Like, the only game they brought over was 3, and I'm just like, bro, come on. Like, Blue Point is right there. Like, just give the ports to somebody else. Yeah, they definitely, like, they added a lot of good stuff to this, like, game. I just wish that the presentation was up to par. The cutscenes part kind of sounds familiar to how Square patched the movie footage of the Final Fantasy 15 movie to make up for the flashbacks in 15. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it, bro. It does not feel like they actually went back and put any effort into this. Oh, boy. It was Amazon that apparently had the rights to a Mass Effect TV show. Yeah, they do have the rights. I thought Netflix had the rights to make, like, an anime version. I'm not sure. But honestly, I'm going to be real. If they give that shit to the Expanse guys, I'm down with that shit. I'm down with that shit, bro. I want to see that. What's up, Andre? Oh, we got $5 from Julian Phoenix. Thoughts on the FPS made by the Rick and Morty creator? So you're talking about High on Life. I have not gotten a chance to play High on Life. It's pretty low on my list at the moment because, you know, I'm going through the rest of God of War, and I still have to finish Crisis Core. And then there's the Witcher 3 update that's staring at me. And then Persona 5 Royal. You know, I want to run through all that content. It's a lot of stuff, y'all. Take it easy, Nostalgia Trip. Thank you for coming through, man. Yeah, Nobody. I do want to watch Nobody at some point. I do want to watch that movie. It's got Saul Goodman, man. What do you think of Xenoblade 3? It's my current game of the year. Fantastic, fantastic game. In my opinion, it's the best Xenoblade. It just ticks all the right boxes. Great story, great characters, great gameplay, just great everything, man. Like they was in the kitchen cooking with that one. Yeah, I always wanted to see Nobody, and then I just never got a chance to. But you know what it is? Like, after watching Bullet Train, I was reminded of like how much I missed, because I think that's from, I think the same director of Nobody did Bullet Train, right? Like the David Leitch, I think, or Lecht or something like that. I don't know. He did. I think he did like the first John Wick movie with Chad, and then he did Deadpool 2, and I think he did like Atomic Blonde. And he did Bullet Train and all that. So yeah, Nobody I want to check out. Either he directed it or he produced it. One of the two. Yo, Neo, what's up? I remember you said in one of your Q&As you wanted to dive into voice acting. So how's that going? So I haven't really done much with that since then. It was an idea that floated my mind. It's always in the back of my head, like, do I want to like dive into that? You know, like, I always think about doing that, but at the same time, I'm always reminded of like a lot of the fuckery that happens in the industry, you know? Like, so outside of like my Doki Doki stuff, I never gave it much thought, because every time I think about it, I'm just like, wow, there's a lot of fuckery and people get fucked over, you know? Like, I just keep getting reminded of like the Jujutsu Kaisen people and how like they got paid $100 for their session and they got shit for that movie, which obviously you don't want to go ahead and you don't want to like view everything in like the money point of view, but like that is a sizable investment to take classes and to buy equipment and everything. But then again, I don't know. You never know where life will take you. So I honestly to God haven't given it much thought. But who knows? We'll see. I thought Bullet Train was kind of cringe. How dare you, Black Dragon? Don't you? No Bullet Train slander on this feed. There'll be no Bullet Train slander. Oh, so, okay, he produced it. All right, cool. Yeah, so he produces a couple of, like, these action movies, these really good action movies, yeah. Okay, Corey Gryffindor, I see you, bro. I see you. But yeah, I definitely, because we are 100 days out from the new John Wick movie, man, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to crack open these 4K Blu-rays I got, and just go marathon all those movies, man. Like, I'm a big sucker for really good action movies, bro. Like, very, like, the Raid films, like Raid 1, Raid 2. Oh, like, that shit was great. Bullet Train wasted Zazie Beetz. Well, Zazie Beetz was more of a cameo, because, you know, like, she's cool with those guys and shit. And it was in purpose of the service of the story, because when you think about it, like, Bad Bunny didn't really have a role in the movie. Like, he was in the movie for a little bit. I mean, for obvious reasons. He's not... I was going to say he's not that big of an actor, but apparently Sony wants him to lead this El Muerto movie. I still can't believe we can't get a Superman sequel, but we about to get fucking El Muerto. El fucking Muerto. I can't even, bro. The guy who's got like one comic appearance or two comic appearances to his name. El Muerto, bro. Oh, man. Thoughts on the modern Godzilla movies? I mean, I saw Shin Godzilla. I thought that's pretty good. The Western Godzilla movies, I really loved Godzilla King of the Monsters, because I felt it was like nice throwback to what we came to see in these movies, and it was incredible to see like a Godzilla movie on the scale of that. We had never gotten anything like that before, and I think we're never going to get something like that. Just seeing Godzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan, like all of that, dude. Like I said, there are so many shots in that movie that I just want to get framed as a poster. Like that shot of Ghidorah when he's on top, I think was it on top of the volcano or the mountain or something? That shot was incredible. I mean, other than that, like the usual shtick about Godzilla movies reigns true. Like, you know, human characters and shit, not that great at all. But what I came for in terms of a Godzilla movie, like it just exceeded that. Godzilla vs. Kong, I didn't enjoy as much as Godzilla King of the Monsters, but I thought it was still a solid enough flick. You know what I'm saying? They're getting ready to do another one as well. But yeah, for me, like Godzilla King of the Monsters was amazing. And I liked Godzilla 2014 too. I thought it was cool. I just wish that they had used Godzilla a lot more. You know, I'm actually getting ready to rewatch it at some point because I bought the 4K. Because apparently, like, the 4K actually has proper fucking lighting, and you can see what's going on in it. Speaking of movies, are you going to see Damien Chazelle's Babylon? Yes, I am, Don Otaku. That, like I said, there's so many movies I still have to see this year. I still got to see The Menu. I want to see The Whale. I want to see Babylon because I love all of Damien's filmography. Like, every single movie he's put out, I've loved. Have you seen the North Korean Godzilla? The production backstory is insane. No, I have not. What the heck? I might have to check that out. Been rewatching the Daniel Craig Bond movies with my mom. We're gonna get to No Time to Die soon. She ain't ready. Oh man, I just think back to that fucking ending, bro. Honestly, I feel like that's the best way you could end a character's era. Like, I don't think anyone ever anticipated the Daniel Craig Bond movies to have connective synergy or retroactive connective synergy, you know, but they somehow found a way to make it work rather decently. I mean, I still got like some of my issues with the Daniel Craig Bond movies, but I think for what it's worth, it was a solid run for him. No Time to Die was a decent send off, you know. Of course, nothing will clear Casino Royale. I still think Casino Royale is like the best Bond movie, and Skyfall to me was like the most entertaining time I had watching a Bond movie. Like, I remember walking out of the theater of Skyfall and I was like, wow, that was fucking amazing. Have you ever lost a pet? My cat is 18 years old and not doing great these days. Really struggling with the idea of losing her. I've lost plenty of people in my life, but this is hitting me different. Yeah, Reed, we were just talking about that earlier in the feed. One of our members here, he recently lost an animal, and he was just wondering, like, what do you do after the fact? Do you get another animal? Because the other dog I have is feeling really lonely, and it's tough, man. I've never been in a situation where I've lost an animal due to old age or due to sickness. I've lost animals, unfortunately, because of what's it called? Like, they've like somehow gotten loose. You know what I'm saying? Like they somehow got, like, the garage door was open and we never saw them again. Usually cats. They're always cats. But yeah, like, that hit me hard when I was a kid, just losing an animal and never coming back. But dealing with the concept of death with an animal, like, I've never been through that, and unfortunately that's something I'm gonna have to deal with in the next couple of years. So it's it's a lot, but I think the important thing throughout everything, Reed, is to give yourself time to grieve in that moment and remember why that animal meant so much to you. And to not treat it any differently, like when you lose someone you love, because regardless of whether they walk on 2 feet or 4 legs or whatever, you know, like, they're still a part of who you are, and they made an impact. So, you know, just give yourself that time, man. Give yourself that time. Hey, take it easy, Rhino. Have a good one, bro. Yeah, that's right. December 30th. December 30th. That's a Friday, man. I got to make sure I request off of work for that shit. No doubt. No doubt. Let's see. So we got 8 more minutes. Oh, we got a super chat from Blue Senshi. What's up, bro? $4.99. Bad Bunny is a horrible artist and never played Chrono Cross. Looking forward to it. And The Witcher 3 is cracked to Neo. Happy to see your big head. There you go. There's the Blue Senshi. Hopefully you're feeling a lot better from last week, bro. Yeah, listen, I like Bad Bunny. I like his music. I like his shit. I like it. It's cool. Acting wise, I don't know what they doing there. They trying to make that shit happen. But yeah, Chrono Cross is a solid game. I don't like it as much as Chrono Trigger, but I think it's still pretty decent in its own right. And yes, Witcher 3 is my drug, bro. I've played through that game at least 3.5 times. You know, I have one playthrough well, the half time is my Xbox playthrough I started when I got my Series X, but then now the next gen version's out, so I'm like, ooh, I can see this in all its pretty glory. But yeah, man, it's a lot of good games. Did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds? I just started, and I gotta say it's really good. Yes, I did. I watched 5Ds very late by comparison to most people. I saw a little bit when it came out, and I was like, okay, this is cringy. But then I went back and I watched it. I was like, whoa, this is really dark for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Show. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is dark, but it actually had a really good story. So yeah, I would definitely say Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is definitely on like, if you're talking like legitimately like really good Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows, it's up there. Instead of the Mid-Chur 3, you should play Vampire Survivors. Oh, Mid-Chur 3. How long did it take you to come up with that one, Don Otaku? But no, Vampire Survivors is going to be like the next game I play when I just need a break from like the 20 to 40 hour experiences, you know? What do you think of the Legion of Superheroes DC animated movie? Are you talking about the Super Pets thing? Or is that DC Super Pets? I have not seen that. If it comes to streaming, I'll watch it. Neo, are you a fan of Johnny Young Bosch? If so, what are your favorite roles by him? Ooh, that's pretty easy. I love Vash and Trigun. I really like, obviously, you know, Ichigo from Bleach. You know, Nero, Devil May Cry. Of course, OG Power Ranger, you know, so duh. What other stuff? Like, he's done a lot of minor roles. Like, I liked his character in Haruhi Suzumiya. I forgot his name though. But I liked it. Like, Johnny Young Bosch has got that kind of like mysterious sounding voice where like, oh, he seems like a nice guy, but there's something more to him. You know? Yeah, you from Persona 4. But it's kind of weird. Like, I don't really count those. Like, I mean, yeah, he voiced them in the anime too. But in the games, they're more just like battle lines. Like, Izanagi. Or, you know, shit like that. Oh, yeah, he was Bumblebee. Yeah, Sasori and Naruto. Sasori. $2 from Flame. After seeing that demo, more like Craig spoken. Yo, facts. Yeah, that Forspoken demo, still for spooky. Still for spooky in my eyes. Itsuki Koizumi. There we go. Hey, Neo, have you ever played Haven? I played it for a little bit. I stopped playing because I think something else came out around the time. But it was a very beautiful looking game. Run away from Forspoken. I don't know, Flame. It might be your game of the year. Who knows, bro? Could be your favorite game ever. I don't know why, but my ear looks very red right now. Could just be the lighting, but my ear looks so red. No idea why. Yeah, of course, Lelouch. Lelouch. He's done a lot of shit. He's done a lot of shit. Lelouch, I would say, is like in his top 5. Oh, okay, Don Otaku. I see you. I might have to bump that up on the list because you know I love my romance in animes. $4.99 for Blue Senshi. Californians aren't built for the cold. I was having second thoughts about getting off of bed this morning. So what is considered cold in California? I'm curious. I'm curious, you guys. Because to me, cold in New York is like 30-something degrees. Like 40s, I can deal with. To me, cold is in the 30s. Okay? Like, cold is where I'm just like, okay, I got to put on a proper jacket. I can't just go out willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? I need to go back and finish up this Code Geass rewatch I started during COVID. Like, I got like halfway through the anime and I just never finished it. Like, I don't know why. But Code Geass is awesome. Boom, whoa. Oh, there's a winter storm going on in Cali? Oh, boy. But yeah, like, for the Californians, like, what do you guys, what's considered cold? Neo, whatever happened to the other channel that was about working out and keto diet and everything? Like most things, I'm just exposing myself. Life happened, shit happened, I never did it, but I don't know, 2023 might bring back some revivals. Who knows? Who knows? Anything below 50 is cold? Oh, wow. Yeah, for me, it's like 30 degrees. Oh, Blue Senshi says 30 degrees. Thank you for the super chat, bro. 30 degrees is about what I consider like, okay, jacket, you know, make sure you wear good socks. The ultimate litmus test is if I wear good socks. Like, I'm talking like warm socks. Yeah, he's in Toradora. He plays, what's his name? The guy with the glasses. Kitamura. Yep. He's always, he gets cast like as a lot of guys with fucking, like, best friends to the main character type of energy. But in a really good way, like they're strong in their own right. They're not like weak characters, you know? Yep, the thermal clothing. Let's see. I live in Cali and it doesn't really get cold here anymore. I consider 30 to 40 degrees cold. Yeah, you know, about that range. 30 is nothing here in Tennessee. Yeah, for some of those places, like, ooh, especially like parts of Chicago and shit, when it gets cold, oh, bro, that's different. Yeah, you know, because people, you got to like gauge it. For some people, they'll be like, oh, 30 degrees is not cold or 20 degrees is not cold. I think it also depends on what you're doing too. Like for me, if it's like 45 degrees, I won't really dress too warm. I mean, I'll dress warmish, but you know, I can deal with 45 degrees if it's like I'm getting in my car, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm like outside for maybe 2 minutes or less. But if it's like prolonged periods of time in 30 degrees, 20 degree weather, oh yeah, we got bundled the fuck up, bro. Did you hear the theory about the dude in the back of the tank in Jedi Survivor as a High Republic era Jedi that's been in hibernation state? I've heard a lot of theories about that. Like there were some people who were saying like he's a character, he's erased from I think a character in I think it was Rebels or Clone Wars, one of the two shows. But if it's anything involving the High Republic era, I think that would be like the first proper foray into introducing the High Republic in shit that people care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they did the High Republic like books and shit, but no one's really reading them, unfortunately. But if you put that shit in like Jedi Fallen Order, it's like, oh, what? You know? Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch is great, man. He's really good. He is a great voice actor. But I just checked, you guys. It is officially 9 p.m. Oh, damn. My boy Joaquin just messaged me. And he was just like, bro, Zach is so nasally. It is officially 9 p.m. We have been going for 2.5 hours. I know I say this every week, but the streams, it does not feel like we're going for 2.5 hours. And yet here we are, 2 hours and 33 minutes later. Thank you guys so much, as always, for another fantastic stream. It feels really good to be back, and I don't think I'll ever get tired of saying that because it's just really awesome kicking it with y'all. If you haven't already, make sure y'all hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. We are currently at how many likes for the stream tonight? We are currently at 76 likes, so if we can bring those likes up just a smidgen, that would be awesome. And before we go, because I know some people have reminded me of it, we are going to do it. We're going to have ourselves a hydration check. Now, what is a hydration check for first-time viewers? A hydration check is a way for me to keep y'all accountable on getting all your water intake, because water is very important and crucial to our day-to-day lives. It helps your hair, skin, nails, and all your bodily organs. So, unfortunately, I do not have that much water to consume tonight because, like a good streamer that I am, I stay hydrated throughout all the streams. So I finished this whole 16-ounce bottle of water and have a little bit of this vintage here. So we're going to cross the streams and we're going to chug whatever's the rest of this. It's not going to be a lot, but it's an honest day's work. No vodka, David. We've talked about this. Yeah, you better get some water. I'm doing this more for Tommy because he doesn't really come to the streams that often, and if this is his only time throughout the week to have some solid water, I'm down. So that's my good deed for the day. I'm a good Samaritan. So on the count of 3, are you guys ready for this? Get the water. Get that water. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hydration. I had to go back for seconds to make sure that shit is finished. This man said vodka? No. Oh, hell no. Don't you dare do that. Listen, we will take shots when we do that stream where we look back on older NeoGameSpark videos. That is happening sometime in the final week of December, whether it's on Christmas, whether it's that Tuesday, it's going down regardless. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much again, as always, for coming through the chat. Thank you so much for the super chats. Shout out to the homie JFam388 for all the memberships 2 weeks in a row, bro. Seriously, truly do appreciate that, my guy. And yeah, you know, continue being the amazing, incredible individuals that you are. And for me, for now, my name is NGS signing out. And like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.